top of the world, about to jump above it. Take it straight to the moon, 'cause we know how to rock it. Ain't no thing you can do, ain't no way to stop it. Now you're feeling it too. Let's get it started. Throw your hands in the air while the beat is dropping. Acting like you don't care when everybody's watching. Just keep whipping your hair like that, you got it. Yeah, you're feeling it too. Let's get it started. I'm ready, ready. Let's get it, get it. I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? Let's get it started. Charts off the meter, turn it up, blow the speakers, make them all to believers. Break through the surface, tell them open the curtains, give them all what they wanted, yeah. Now let's get started. Let's get it, get it. Yeah, I'm ready, ready. Are you ready, ready? I'm ready. Let's get it started.
And it is round number 8 tonight of the SIM500 Racing League and the 811 NC Call Before You Dig Cup Series. We welcome you to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. We hope you had a great Easter. We hope you had a great break. And now we are set to battle it out here at Talladega. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is John Muschin Jr. John, I know you will agree with me. We were disappointed that we were not able to do the Bristol Dirt Race. It sucked. But what a remedy to come back a week later from. We are ready to go at Talladega, the next-gen car. What a race we saw in the Cup Series last night. I think we're going to have deja vu in the sim world. Good evening, buddy.
Hey, pal. How you been?
I've been doing great. I've recovered from your Arnold Schwarzenegger, LTAC commentary, and now we're ready to go at Talladega. So I kind of ask you this question, John.
Go ahead.
As we get ready for this event, we got close to 40-plus entries here. They're going to battle for close to 100 laps at Talladega this evening. Where do you feel we are with the next-gen car? And do you think we'll see the same scenario that we saw at Daytona 6 weeks ago with this race tonight?
On your first question, I think that iRacing has really hit a home run with this package finally. I know I had a lot of bugs when it first came out, a lot of complaints from the drivers. But from everybody that I've talked to, from real-time, real NASCAR racers to just your average, everyday sim racer, they've really, really fixed, I guess you could say, this car and this package. And in answer to your second question, no, I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. These guys have had a lot of driving time with this car now compared to when they first got on track with it at Daytona. It's a completely different animal, and I know a lot of these guys have actually been racing during the week at the official races and practicing. So I think, and I hope, and I pray that we see almost a caution-free race tonight, to be honest with you. We both know Talladega is much, much wider than Daytona. And we didn't have that many cautions at Daytona, if I recall correctly, correct?
I think we had six caution flags for Daytona, I believe.
Which isn't bad for a played track. So
Right.
I just think that tonight's going to be a much better product all around for everybody, the spectators, you and me in the booth, the guys down on track. I've done some testing this week, Wesley, and I'm telling you, I've done some races myself. This car has 0 tire wear on this track. I highly doubt tires will ever come into play in this race, but you know what will come into play is fuel. 100 laps here, they're looking at between, I would say between 33 and 39 to 40 laps, depending on where you are in the draft. And, 100 laps, man, that's 2-3 chances for you to screw up down the pit road. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. You're exactly right. This is going to be an exciting one. We welcome you again to round number 8. We're ready to go. Of course, the Bristol Dirt Race saw the winner be the man of, how about Bentley Glazier winning?
Yeah.
John, that's awesome for Glazier to win.
And he did it on dirt, man. Wow.
Here is your new NC811 driver cam, and we believe that is Mr. Mons ready to go here. Oh, we don't know who this is.
Oh. Well, maybe he can go back to the replay.
Who the hell are you? Who are you? Give me your name.
Oh, my God. So that's what we were trying out. And hey, real quick, Wesley, we need to wish a happy birthday to our producer down there.
We do.
Cody Wooten. Cody, he's such a cheerful young lad. Such an adorable.
John, you are from Louisiana. You have the golden Cajun pipes. I am from North Carolina. Let's sing very quickly during practice to our friend a happy birthday. Are you ready? This is for you, Charles. We love you, brother. Ready? On three. On three. One. I'm going to kind of bring in a harmony, and then you get it started, John, and then I'll join you in the crescendo. All right, you ready?
Okay, whatever.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Bum, 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 bum.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear.
Happy birthday to you. Bum, bum, bum,
we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Happy birthday, Charles Wooten, but his real name is Cody. Happy 35th birthday to our favorite sim producer.
35 years old. I was 35 years old once. Long time ago.
And now that we have...
Here we go. Qualifying. Now, Wesley, you and I both know qualifying really doesn't matter here at Talladega. I mean, we've seen guys that didn't even take a lap qualify and win. You know what I'm saying? So this should be interesting to watch, though. I think we'll see some pretty fast guys out there putting down some pretty interesting laps. You got your breath back yet there, Wesley?
I am just recovering from our crescendo. I'm surprised somebody hasn't ran to the studio and thought I was trying to kill a cat in here. All right, so we got qualifying going on track now. So here's the deal. I believe, what do we do, John? Typical show, even though we're at Talladega, we're going to lock in 38 qualifying. Everyone else will go into an 8-lap heat race. We're gonna last chance race, as always.
And I don't have a car count. Give me 2 seconds. I'll give you a car count real quick.
I think we're at 43.
Yeah?
I think we're at 43 cars. I think we're close to that.
I think everybody will actually make it. But, yeah, qualifying, the first 38 go in. Then they're going to have a heat race. And it'll be 8 laps, and 5 from the heat race will transfer in if there's more than 43. If there's just 43 or less, everybody's going in. So
that's exactly right. 4K Ultra HD tonight from Talladega. John, what'd you think of yesterday's race, man? How about the watermelon man popping some, well, not popping, smashing some watermelons on the front straightaway yesterday?
I am so happy for that guy. I really am. And the fact that he walks up after the race and hangs out with a couple fans, gives that kid a piece of the watermelon and stuff.
And tire rubber.
And tire rubber, yeah. He's like, yeah, you get it soft, but don't eat it. I love it.
And you know what? And how about for 2 straight races in a row, the number 3 car, man? I mean, if you're an Earnhardt fan or if you're a fan of the number 3, that had to be really cool to see that. Jeffrey Earnhardt, second place in the Xfinity race. Long-time 98 crew chief for Earnhardt Sr., Larry McReynolds on the pit box. Of course, RCR finishing and helping back in that program. And then Austin Dillon, a second place in the 3 Bass Pro car as well yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. Gave me some chills. I'm not going to lie. Watching Jeffrey wheel that 3 car
Saturday,
man. Just I mean, and for those of you who aren't familiar, Jeffrey Earnhardt is the son of Kerry Earnhardt, which makes him Dale Sr.'s grandson. And he's been actually in racing, in and around racing all his life.
Yes.
He's had several starts in the Xfinity Series. I think he even had a couple of Cup starts. It's just, to me, I'm not trying to knock the teams he's been with, Wesley, but he hasn't been in really good quality gear.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
And I mean, you know, and everybody's saying, well, it was a plate track yesterday, but still, it was a plate track that he survived the carnage in, and B, did you watch those last 5 laps with him making passes that reminded me so much of his daddy at a plate track? I mean, his grandfather, you know what I'm saying?
So qualifying, yes, sir. Right now, Tyler Dalton, John, at the top of the board. We're going to see what Tyler Dalton can do. 54.10. Shannon Wood, 54.12, tied with Jose Gonzalez. Macho Taco looking good before Taco Tuesday in the 26 machine. Byron Daly, Josh Parker, the Daytona 500, SIM500 fast qualifier, the top 5. And right now, we're watching all these guys get that 1 lap of speed. And yes, John, we are going to have 45 cars battling in qualifying.
And this is Mons right here.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, can you see us?
Nah, he can't see us. I don't think he did. Now, but look what he got in the background there. He's got his kid playing on the Xbox in the background.
I'm like, all right, buddy, look, you're taking up my internet signal. Get off the computer. No more Super Mario Brothers for you.
I'm like, look, dude, I have control over my Cox Wi-Fi here at the house where I can go on my phone and turn off every device in the house.
There you go. Wow. That starts a lot of fights, doesn't it?
That causes issues, man. Oh, my God.
There you go, buddy. Get settled in. Grab yourself a nighty blanket. This is going to be a fun time tonight at Talladega watching your dad race. There you go. There's Mons on the racetrack right now. We'll see what he can do. As you're watching the big car up on the top screen, we're watching him on the NC811 driver of Justin Mons, car number 49. Down the back. Hey, don't be drinking on the job. You see?
Dude, I tell you what, I'm trying to qualify at Talladega. I got both hands so gripped on the wheel.
He's just casually proceeding, took himself a sip of soda. He's trying to hold back a grin right now because he's probably watching the broadcast or listening in the background, and he knows we're talking about him. So, yeah.
Well, who else we got on camera tonight there, Cody?
Who else we have? We got a stranger. I know we got the mystery driver. Somebody find out who this is. We got Justin Mons and we got somebody else. And you know what's so funny is we don't know who the hell it is. We need to find out who it is before we get ready to drop the green.
I am so not surprised at Tyler Dalton on the pole. Y'all got to know this kid.
How about that?
I tell you what, man, he is really good at putting down fast qualifying laps. That's really not a surprise at all.
So we're getting ready to go for the last chance qualifier race, and obviously we're showing the car from the back, but let's give you your starting lineup for this 8-lap Talladega last chance race here. Everybody's going to go into the show. Maybe 1 or 2 spots might get bumped here, but let's give you your starting lineup on the pole. The number 37 machine, and that is going to be the driver of Elliott Henderson. Elliott Henderson in car number 37 to his outside. Mr. Fowler, John Fowler, actually on the pole. They flip-flop those spots in 48. Row 2 will find Doug Sigmund in the 04 and Ron Holyfield in the number 1. You gonna give the rest of the lineup? If not, I will. There you go. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Wesley. Go ahead.
Are you okay?
No, I've got no picture.
Oh, you're alive. Okay. Doug Roth is in the car number 43, followed by Scott Simley in the 12. Justin Mons on our onboard camera will tag the back of the field. Normally, John, just reset it. Just reset your life, and everything should be okay again.
No, it's VMix. My VMix is frozen up. So what I'm going to do real quick, Wesley, you have to start right from me. I'm going to reset everything as far as
refresh it
goes, and I'll be back.
Okay, buddy. Yeah. He's going to reset it and try this again. So he's going to leave us here at Talladega. 2.66 miles, the distance of the Talladega Super Speedway. This is a 8-lap shootout last chance race to lock in the final positions of tonight's race. And they will battle for... There's going to be some drivers going home, John.
Yep.
There's going to be at least 2 or 3 broken hearts here when this thing's said and done.
Yes, there will. And that's unfortunate, but you know what? That's Talladega, baby. That's Talladega.
It certainly is. Ready to go now for round number 8 awaits for the SIM500 round 8 tonight at Talladega. But first, we have to take care of a little bit of business, and that is a little prelim of what we're going to see with the next-gen cars here at Talladega for a Century Grind coming up next. But first, 8 laps. We settle in here as the field works their way through the tri-oval down into the start-finish line. The start-finish line all the way at the end of the tri-oval going to turn 1. They're in the Geico restart zone. Henderson and Fowler ready to bring the field. Flagman holding them down as they work side by side at a snail's pace to the starter's box. Henderson now begins to accelerate. Fowler better pick up speed. Here they come all the way to the start line before the green flag flies, and we're underway in the last chance qualifier. Henderson gets the jump. It's a couple of Camaros battling side by side in turn 1.
Starting at me walking there, Fowler had a great push from the 1, whereas I don't know what happened to Holyfield, not Holyfield, but Mons back there in the 49, or somebody just missed the shift or something. Who's this? This is Sigmund. Having technical issues, it looks like.
Yeah, got a problem with Sigmund's car, man. The 04 did not fire, so something amiss on Sigmund. They work into 3. Understanding possibly Smiley and Sigmund with problems here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Still a lot of this race left to go. Meanwhile, the leaders work their way out of turn number 3 and 4. It's a 4-car battle. Fowler, Henderson, Holyfield, and Mons. We're on board with him now. Up on the bottom of the screen, presented by NC811, as you watch him now trying to creep to the lead in this last chance race. 1 in and 7 to go.
So I've got it. I found out what happened here. Sigmund shifted down on accident on the start, spun out, and took out the 12 car. Sorry, no. Yeah, the 12 car of Scott Simley.
Oh, man, that's not fun.
All right, off the bat. So, yeah, that's what happened there. Simley's still in it, but he's just way, way behind now. That's just unfortunate, man.
There is the driver that is on board camera. Justin Mons right now in that patch, if you will, for the lead. He's in 4th. Watch him negotiate, working his way around the corner, working through the tri-oval. In his own little world as his son plays some type of racing game, it looks like.
It looks like Mario Kart.
Did I say? I said quit playing Mario Brothers earlier.
Mario Kart, yeah. You know what I'd be doing right now with this? You know what this heat race is a great thing to do, is exactly what the 1 car is doing. Seeing how hard it's going to be to get up and pass people, seeing
oh yeah, for sure,
make where you've got to make them at, when to make them. I tell you what, all week long, man, I have found that starting my pass on the exits of the turns is the best place, as long as you got help. Now, you know, I could actually pass 2 or 3 cars on my own, but eventually that pack that I'm trying to pass is going to pass me back up. So yeah, but that's what this heat race is good for. Look at that, we got a great fight. 2 cars on the outside. It's Mons in the 49, Holyfield in the 1. They're going to take that lead away from Henderson right there, Wesley.
Working back through the tri-oval. 5, now make it 4 laps to go. Halfway home in this event. All the while, the man out in front, of course, is the driver leading of Holyfield. You saw him earlier trying to negotiate through the pack, see what it's like. And right now, Ron Holyfield and Justin Mons battles now on the outside. He's got a wingman to help him down the super stretch into 3. Holyfield with a shove. Henderson, check that, moves Mons to the lead. They come to 4 to go this time by in the 4.
4 to go this time by. You got Fowler right there in the 48 car. Good looking paint scheme on him. You got Roth right behind him in the Richard Petty throwback, that STP 43. But up front, it's Mons in the 49, Henderson in the 37. Holyfield fading back, trying to pick up some help from Fowler, I think, possibly. This is all for bragging rights. These 5 guys in the top 5 right here, Mons, Henderson, Holyfield, Fowler, and Roth, they're going to make it as long as they don't screw up and wreck each other. There's 1 guy back there. That's Simley, Scott Simley. And he's sitting in 6th, and he could capitalize if there's some sort of a mistake. But these guys just need to remember that. You know, they're all on the catbird seat right here, Wesley. They're going to go ahead and move on to the main event. So I'll be very careful about wrecking myself right here, you know?
Yeah, watch him down into the third turn with Mons out in front. McConey Setup Shop Chevrolet on the bottom of the racetrack. HG Entry Designs, number 37 of Henderson right there. Holyfield behind, along with Fowler. It's down to at least these 4 cars to battle. Roth closing in to the start line. 4 laps to go. It's Mons leading their nose to tail. Single file back to turn 1.
Single file back to turn 1. You got Mons leading this little charge right here. Henderson right on his back door, really bumping through those turns. That's not something you want to do too much of. And you got that one of Holyfield in that Castrol GTX. Great looking car right there. Heading down the backstretch now. Well, you got 3 to go. Coming to 2 to go, man.
Certainly are. Down to the super stretch, working their way into turn number 3. Down the Alabama gang straightaway, off into the third turn, up the high banks they roar on the 266 mile super speedway. First time since Daytona we've seen these cars roar at speeds like this. Into turn number 4, through the tri-oval, coming to the start finish line. Somebody better make a move. You better make one now. Somebody's going to be going home if they don't get provisionals. It is now 2 laps to go. Believe it or not, Mons is about to overtake lap traffic. Sigmund about to go a lap down. Correction, Simley a lap down in the 12.
And just to clarify, the top 5 here, that's Roth and 40 in the 43 there. They will all, these top 5 will go to the main event.
There you go.
Unless one of them wrecks out right now, then somebody might be able to get around and get by them, but I doubt that's going to happen right now. These guys look like they've figured out that they really don't need to push too hard right here.
John, I don't know if you noticed this well, but man, the cloud cover really hovered over the racetrack very quickly as they worked into the corners, and now they're finding the sunshine coming back to the tri-oval, all staying down to the bottom, no one jumping out of line. There's your 5 cars to go to the show. White flag in the air, the CRN1 to go, final time in the last chance race into turn 1, but now they're breaking out of line.
Breaking out of line back there, but it's not going to do them any good if they can't work together. And it looked like Fowler had an idea to go a little higher than Holyfield wanted to. And now Roth and Fowler are going to kind of stuff Holyfield in the middle there, the meat and the sandwich, if you will. Meantime, Mons jumps up high to block that run, get the boot.
Oh!
And gets taken all the way down below the yellow line right there. Wow.
And he saves it. I wonder if we could possibly get the emotion from Mons on board down below as they work their way into turn number 3 and 4. Here they come out of the corner. 2, 3 wide. Mons blocks inside, outside. Holyfield, Henderson back to the bottom. He throws the block on Holyfield. He holds them all off. 3 wide behind the leader, Justin Mons. He will win the last chance race. And there you see.
He's like a Vulcan. He's like Spock.
A sigh of relief, if you will. Poised and collective for the driver of the 49.
That dude has no emotions. He has no soul. Is he a ginger? I bet he is. I bet he just paints his beard and his hair so nobody knows.
Whew, man. Hey, are we gonna step away real quick? One quick break. We'll step away. One quick break. Birthday boy, get him ready. When we come back, we're going for 100 laps. This is Talladega. This is iRacing on LSRTV.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
Welcome back, Talladega. We welcome you to coverage. This is round number 8. By the way, 811 call before you dig the Cup Series. Of course, NC 811 call before you dig for anything involving your backyard, your business, residential, commercial, all of that good stuff. And we appreciate them being the title sponsor for the SIM500 Cup Series. We're ready to go. Let's give you your starting lineup for 100 laps. Fast qualifier, the number 19, Tyler Dalton. He's on the pole. Shannon Wood to the outside, row 1 in 02. Row 2, Jose Gonzalez in 26. Byron Daly in the 06. Daniel Falkenham, two-time winner this year and a former champion of the series, will start 5th in the 39, the 81 of Josh Parker. Moving on to row 4, John Adams in 21. Mike Montesi in the number 6. And to round out your top 10, Jeff Ryan and Scott Stencil in 42. Team 126 Racing starting lineup, John.
Glenn Campbell comes home 11th starting spot to his outside, Chad Coleman. Dave Comstock inside the next row. Tommy Ryan to his outside. Inside row 8 is Trey Edson. To his outside, EJ O'Rourke in the 41 car. Inside row 9, Mike Kelly. To his outside, Kevin DeBrown. Inside row 10, Brian Macklin. To his outside, Bobby Wetzel.
Ryan Howard will start in the row number 11 to 33, followed by Christopher Williams. Thomas O'Leary in the 08 and Randy Oka make up row 12. Row 13 will find Bentley Glazier in the 18 and Jose Medina in 24. Row number 14, Richard Beasley in the 10, Jimmy Coleman in the number 54. And to round out the top 30, Charles Woods in the 40 and Nelson Rivera in the 22.
And bringing out the last three qualifiers. We've got we got Mons, we got Holyfield, Fowler, Henderson, and Doug Roth, I guess. Is that who we're looking at? The last 5? Yeah. Those guys that came in on the heat race.
Yeah, and by the way, the rest of the lineup, including from 31st, Robert Ferrari III, Eric Arnold, Charles Woods, Joey Gattina, Paul Crumry, Randall Watkins, Tyler Hunter, Gerald Livingston, Justin Mons, again, the last chance race, and all those drivers that John mentioned. Scott Simley, disappointingly, will not make the start. It's all right, John. We normally have a lineup below, and we've been having overlay issues, and we were trying to do timing and scoring. It's all gone cattywampus on us as the lineup of the cars move, so we're good. I got you back, brother. We're ready.
Blew my mind. Sorry about that.
Ready to go. It's going to be 100 laps. 100 laps, race fans. Bill getting ready to come to the line. The lights are off on the pace car. By the way, the race lineup presented by Team 126 Racing. So we have gone from Richmond to Bristol on dirt. Martinsville was crazy. And now we're set to go here for Talladega. From 3 weeks of short track racing, mimicking the real NASCAR Cup Series. Now, the SIM500 Cup Tour ready. 3 words for you, John. This is Talladega. And on the front row, it's going to be those drivers of Dalton, followed by Wood. They take the green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. We're going 100 laps as they set sail to turn 1.
Set sail at turn 1, and already looking at 3 wide right here. Byron Daly in that silver car down in the middle right there. They kind of shuffled that guy to the outside. That's the 02 of Wood. Look at that Shannon Wood, if I'm not mistaken. And man, that might be what he's got planned. That's what I did all week long. I just would jump either to the outside or inside and head to the back, play it safe. And we're going to see that. We're going to see some guys playing strategy here. It's 100 long laps here at Talladega. And if you want to win this thing, you've got to be there at the finish of the race.
Field works their way through 3 and 4 to the trioval. Green flag in the air. Lap 1 so far. They hold it. They hold it to the line. 99 to go. Dalton, Gonzalez, Falkenham. Now Falkenham will pass that car. Gonzalez on the bottom of the racetrack for second. Adams in this mix. It's a 5-car battle with Daly in the mix as they work one single file, 2 by 2 behind them for 2 rows back. Then they're 3 wide. Then they're 4 wide. Boy, they're getting antsy too early.
Well, yeah, they are, but they're look at how wide the spacing is right there. So I would say they're getting kind of crazy. Well, I'm just going to shut up now because look at this. We got Falkenham going from the top straight to the bottom across 3 lanes of traffic. Now, I'm going to say this, Wesley. Last night, I raced in the Xfinity Series with these guys. Same track, 88 laps. We had 3 cautions total. So, basically the same group of guys. I mean, really, it's just a few different faces here and there. Obviously, I'm not down the track right now. We'd already have a caution out. But anyway, my point being is we had a great race last night in the Xfinity Series with pretty much the same group of guys you're watching right now. So, you know, a lot of these guys picked up a lot of information last night. It's actually kind of useful, even though it's a different car. And I don't know. I think we're going to see a lot. Look at this. Wow, straight up to the top line right
Wow. Single file, John, is Daly and O'Rourke. Bring him in the corner behind them, my friend. It is a hornet's nest. Killer hornet's nest is all 4, 5 rows. Now they pan up to the leader. They're all 5, 6 rows deep and 3 wide coming to 4 to the trioval.
Saw a lot of this last night. Going to see a lot of it tonight. 3 wide racing. Talladega is wide enough for almost 5 wide racing at some points, Wesley. I've seen it happen. I'm not going to say how long it lasted, but I saw it happen. So it's not unheard of to see these guys, you know, run around exactly like this for the next 10, 15 laps. Some guys prefer the high side. Some guys like the low side. We'll find out how it works out right here. As we see Ride ducking down to the inside. He's got the Brown doing the same move behind him. See if he can't make something happen here, Wesley.
Back straight away, O'Rourke up on the outside. Parker is there. Parker, remember, the Daytona pole winner. Now he'll pull to the inside. Look at this. 3 cameras, same action. Watching on board with the 39 of Falkenham in that battle inside 4th and 5th in the battle. Up at the front, Parker to the lead. He'll go to the bottom. Open the door for O'Rourke. He'll stick it 3 wide. 3 wide behind them, 2 rows deep, but now ready to go is the Brown as they go to 1.
3 wide, all the way back to about 20th, it seems like, as we got shuffling back and forth. A lot of lead changes already in the first 5 laps of this race. We still have 95 laps to go. I just don't think this action's going to calm down any less. We still have O'Rourke up front. Williams is in there. Macklin's in there. Falkingham's in there. DeBrown's in there. All the same names we hear week in, week out at SIM500 group. All of them up here making hay, as they say, in the lead pack of this race.
And watch them now making hay, as my colleague John reiterated on up the high banks, shades of yesterday, inside and outside blocking. Who do you run with? When does your friends become your foes? When does your foes become your friends? And who's in Switzerland right now? 2 laps ago, Parker was up in the front of the pack, and now Parker falls all the way back into the clutches of the top 15. Just like that. He's in the snake's patch for being the leader as they roar back to 1 with Macklin, the Daytona winner now, John. Back up in front as they work the 30 car off turn 2.
I'll tell you what, these guys have decided to maybe just go back to 2 wide races for a little while. We got 2 deep all the way back to about the tail end of the lead back right here. These guys are just going to try and shuffle this thing around a little bit. Just trying, what they're doing right now, Wesley, trying to figure out where their car runs best at, where it's easiest for them to make ground at, because we know passing is going to be very difficult, almost impossible if you don't have some sort of help, somebody behind that you can trust. And as we see right now, look at this. Daly swings up to the outside. Think about making another line up high, and he's got some help up there with Macklin. And who is that behind Macklin? I can't even tell.
Well, there's Macklin, and behind him is the 7 car of Edson, man. Edson's up there.
Yeah, my picture's bouncing out pretty bad here.
It's all good. I got you back. Daly also up on the outside lane. Remember last time we called a SIM500 broadcast for iRacing on LSRTV was the wild finish at the Martinsville Speedway. Of course, Zach Hager was on the call for me for that one. John had some other things going on, but what a wild finish that was. And, of course, Arnold picked up the win, the 31 car of Arnold all the way back now in the 24th position of the clutches of the pack. 7 laps in of 100. Field works off turn 4. New top 5. O'Rourke, Falkingham, Adams, Gonzalez, and Ryan now the leader behind them on the pole car. Now he makes a run to 5th. That's Dalton as they go back to turn 1.
Dalton's trying to make his way back up front for starting on the pole of this race. Meantime, that high line, Wesley, that high line is really making some distance right here. And as I say that, Daly, he wants to jump down, maybe try and make a couple passes right here. But I'll tell you what, we got somebody way down on the inside of the racetrack here. Might be just trying to make his way to the back. I'm not sure who that driver is right there. But as I was saying, this high line is really looking fast right now.
By the way, understanding that Wesley Crump has came down to the pit lane, so something going on with Crump's car. Jared Rexon onto the pit lane. Apologies, that was from the other night, my bad. I stand corrected.
Wait, what?
Nothing, just ignore me, go ahead. I had the wrong events clock in front of me, I got it now. I'm only human, John. Tomatoes, tomatoes.
You were a superhero.
One Wesley to another.
Wait, I'm seeing the same thing you are, buddy.
I'm seeing it now. What you need to put LSRTV 2. Erase that little 3 wide, whatever it is, and put the equal sign after room equals LSRTV 2. Oh, the hell with it. I'll just send you the link.
I got it, buddy.
When it's live, it's live. Whether it's finish line or iRacing, when it goes wrong, it goes south. But we try to bring it back in a hurry. As Adams now, the leader, Falkingham. Look at Gonzalez. Look at this camera shot. Edson getting a trunk full. Falkingham, all the junk in his trunk as they work up the high banks at Dega into 2.
High banks of Dega, indeed. I love racing this track. Sometimes, not so much. Really. I'm lying to you, Wes. I hate racing on Talladega, man. I get killed all the time, man. But these guys are making it look so easy right now. Lap 10 out of 100. These guys are cruising right now, man. Cruising really good. Highline looks strong. It really does. But I think if they can get enough cars nose to tail down there on the bottom lane, like we're seeing right now, we'll see some passing going on. Look at this already. Boom, and then they just jump up. So you can see a lot of guys that are just going to change their mind about, as long as I can get to the front with this line, I'll stay here, but then I'm going to duck over to the other line. You're going to see a lot of that tonight.
To the field, working back into turn number 1 and 2. So you're going to see the top 10 scroll on the left of the overlay, the top 10 to the left of the ticker, and then you're going to see the rest of the rundown 10 by 10 by 3.
I was going to say, there's an active campaign right now in SIM500. It's called Anybody But Falkingham.
Anybody but Falkingham? I thought you were going to say anybody but Mustian.
No. That's just for starting the race.
I got you.
Winning the race. It's like, remember how Jimmy Johnson won on that tear for like 7 or 8 years where he just couldn't lose, right? Well, that's let's see. I'm sorry. I wish I could hear what my producer whispers in my ear sometimes.
No.
Wow. Anyway, Falkingham is like that. This kid he's just got so much driving skill when it comes to iRacing. I don't know if he drives in real life or not. I've never actually had time to talk to him about it, but man, God help those folks if he does, because this kid knows how to wheel. He really does. Nothing but winning all the time. He's got the highest winning percentage, I think, in Sim500 history. I'd have to double check that. But
we're watching it. Falkingham, certainly, I'm looking at the stats, John, and he definitely is one of the greats on the SIM500 series. Of course, a defending champion and currently 115 wins. He's got 2 wins this year, mind you, for the driver of the 39.
Guys, he's great, man. I mean, I raced against him in the Super Late Model Series, the Dirt Series. He's just phenomenal when it comes to driving these cars, man. And definitely somebody you want to hang out with and learn if you're trying to get into the sport. He'll teach you a few things. But meantime, as we say that, Daly has made some really great moves, kind of darting back and forth there with. I don't know if you were watching, between the inside lane and the outside lane, and he kind of leapfrogged his way up into the lead now.
Yeah, we have right now. Byron Daly came so close to winning a couple of weeks ago at Martinsville. Falkingham in that second spot. Gonzalez up on the outside. Edson slips. Campbell and Reiner there. And they all try to fix it. Mons now. Look at Mons, John. All the way from the back by winning the last chance race. He's sticking it 3 wide around Macklin, Edson, Dalton, the pole car. He's up in the front of the pack now in the top 10. 14 in.
Got some great help down there from Mike Montesi in that 6 car. That's a good-looking race car, that number 6. Look at that, he's squeeze up, trying to do a little side drafting there on Edson in the 7 car. Edson's got some back bumper damage already. That bump drafting's getting a little wicked out there, it looks like. Meantime, Mon's up into the middle now, takes his help and says, bye-bye. I'm going to go up here and run with these guys. They can swing back down in front of Montesi down there at the inside line. We're going to see that a lot tonight, man.
All right. Field through the tri-oval. It's Daly out in front. Working back up on the outside lane off of the corner. Another lap in. We're 15 of 100 laps. Hey, by the way, don't forget, coming up later tonight, Justin Prince and myself are back with the Northwest Racing Series also after their Easter hiatus break. We come back for Darlington, the Cup cars. It should be exciting, just like tonight here at Talladega. We're working now, 85 laps to go when they flash under the flag stand. They're on the Daytona Super Stretch in the turn on the Talladega Super Speedway Super Stretch down there into the 3rd turn. Daly, Falkenham, Gonzalez, all of that going on as they work their way off of turn number 4, John.
Off of turn number 4, we saw Mods get shuffled to the middle right there, kind of like set out there, and that's going to cost him a lot of spots as he drops all the way back to, gosh, out of the top 10. You know, he was running right there up front, top 5. There he is right there in the middle still. He's got some help. I can't tell the car is right behind him right now. Oh, that's the EHS car. That's one of the other guys that was in the Henderson. That's who that is. The 37 car was with him in the last chance qualifier there. Those two have made their way up into this lead pack. And look ahead there, Wesley. We've got lap cars about to be a part of this equation.
Part of the lead lap cars on the way at 85, 84 laps to go now. As the field works their way now through the tri-oval to the start-finish line. Cars in position 42 and 43 are about to go a lap down. They're at the tail end of the lead lap. That is Gerald Livingston in 96, Tyler Hunter in the 70, and the leaders are coming after him hot and heavy.
Yes, they are. Daly up high now. He's got a clear lead right now with Falkenham pushing. Got Gonzalez down there in 3rd, Macklin in 4th, Trey's in that 7th car in 5th. And these guys are definitely tacking down hard on these 2 lap cars. Look at them up there ahead of them. And usually here at SIM500, you'll see lap cars, especially the straight plate tracks, try and stay up against the wall right here. But I don't think they realize that that's where Daly's running at.
Field works their way through the turn. Another car going a lap down. Back through the tri-oval. At speed, look at that shot. Just like yesterday, a great crowd on hand for the Geico 500. And now tonight for the NC811 Call Before You Dig Cup Series, sanctioned by the SIM500 Racing League Esports Series. They are battling here. 18 laps in off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, down the Alabama gang straightaway. Nobody jumps out of line. Daly now leads them up on the outside lane. Something brewing with a new pack on the bottom and maybe in the middle as they go to 3.
Maybe the middle didn't work out for the middle guy right there. He got shuffled out by himself. But man, that high side is looking really strong, and it will continue to look that strong if they stay committed to each other. If they start breaking up and jumping up and down like they were earlier, you'll see that top line break up and fizzle out real quick. Meantime, that low line led by who was that there? Is that Macklin down there in the 30? That low line's trying to make something happen.
It is.
They got some nose to tail work going on right there. Now I've noticed that we have 2 separate packs here. First through about 20th or 1 pack, and then 21st on back is another pack. So we got to keep our eyes on that, because if they get too far back, that's another thing I didn't touch on earlier, by the way. This car, I found out the hard way several times this week. If you get more than about a half a second behind the car in front of you, you will lose the draft. It's a fact. And in large part due to the aero package that they run here now with this new next-gen car. So that's something else you got to keep your eye on. And that's probably what happened to Livingston and Tyler Hunter in that 70 car, was they just got too far behind and lost the draft. So that's something else these drivers have to keep in mind. It's just you got to watch the gap between yourself and the car in front of you.
And all the while, here they work their way back across 1 and 2. Macklin, remember the Daytona winner, the Trans-Service Cup Series sponsor for many years. Now just a primary sponsor on the car, the Blizzard Series sponsor for the winner. That's NC811. Stepped up, NC811 call before you dig Cup Series here tonight. So far, Talladega, outside lane, the way to go. Byron Daly up in front. He's trying to pick up where he left off from some bad luck at Martinsville. From the half-mile paperclip to the biggest track of NASCAR, the 266-mile track as they work through the trial, but we're 20 laps in, 80 to go.
This is not something we saw last night. Last night, the bottom line was dominant for the Xfinity guys, but man, these guys in the Cup Series are definitely making that high side look dominant. And you still have some guys kind of hard-headedly, if you will, trying to work that middle line right there, trying to get up in there and use the side drop off of both lines to move themselves forward. Not working, though. They're going to have to get some more cars there. 3 cars ain't going to cut it. You're looking at, 5, 10, 15 cars on either side of you. You're going to need to get a little bit more help from that. And as I say that, they're actually making ground on that bottom line down there. Macklin and those guys are struggling to get the kind of forward speed going. And that second pack I talked about, well, they started to close that gap up. They're definitely starting to catch this front pack now.
Look at the pack. Precision driving, if you will. Hey, let's catch up with one of our correction. Understanding we are connecting to try to find out. We have sent out the authorities of the SIM500 Cup Series to find out who the driver X was. Meanwhile, outside lane, 5-6 cars, single file in the gap. That's from Daly all the way up to Weitzel, and then behind them with Coleman, Henderson, Adams, Macklin, Arnold, Martinsville winner. Those drivers, 3x3 by 3x3, like nobody did the animals to the ark with even a pen as they go to 3.
Big run there on the middle group right there. They're definitely making some room up right there. I'm kind of wondering if maybe Macklin and those guys should maybe move up a lane and try to use a side draft to break up a couple of these lines right here. They're just losing ground. I mean, they're losing ground to the guys up on the high line big time. And as I say that, Henderson jumps down to 31. I'm just going to stop.
They read your mind, dude.
I'm just going to stop working on that one. I mean, man. And Henderson's, I mean, he's got a good car. He's really fast. Wherever he is, it seems like. I think it really just matters on who you've got pushing you and how hard or how much they can stay up against your bumper right there. Drops back.
You denied entry.
Denied entry. Stop that.
Working through the corner, up off of turn number 4. Here they come. Back in front of the massive congregation in the virtual grandstand. All right, John, so me and you were kind of giving us some cheat sheet notes this morning. We've been preparing all day for this race. You're thinking somewhere between 30 to 35 laps will be a fuel window. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking between 33 and 40 laps for a fuel window, depending on where you sit in the draft, how much, you can really, especially when they're, I mean, look at this pack. We've got all 43 cars back together in the pack, right? So you can sit back there in the back, dude, and I literally ran around the entire track at half throttle for several laps this week. And that saves you fuel. That saves you, actually, if you do it long enough and you do it right, it'll save you about 2 or 3 laps on fuel. So, like I said, the longest I went was almost 40 laps on fuel, and my guy was screaming at me to pit. So, my fuel pressure gauge was bouncing around too. So that was cutting it pretty close. And the shortest run I saw, the minimum was right when it's time to pit, was 33. If you've been hammered down all race long, like say Daly is in the 06 there, he's going to have to pit about 33 laps, 34 laps. So anywhere between, and I'd say in the next 10 to 15 laps, we'll start green flag pit stops, and that's when things are going to get interesting.
Hey, look who's back again. We know who that is. They are allowed to let us unveil who this is. This is Justin Mons, the last chance race winner. And right now, John, he's since comfortably, okay, not comfortably, he's in the middle of the top 20. He's 19th right now. Oh, we got trouble. Carter flying through the air, killing the binders. What a penalty. Look out.
Oh, man.
Oh.
And it doesn't faze him. I'm cussing right now if I'm this guy. I'm like,
My goodness. Oh,
just chilling.
you're on board with him.
And he's just chilling. He's like, I'm going to just hang out right here. Okay, I'm going to go now.
Replay's coming. Oh, my goodness. You saw it on the cockpit.
Wow, he lost the whole plan of his car.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
That was huge, man.
Oh, McConey set up shop number 49. You're on board with him. And you know what, John? 4 words. It ain't his fault.
No, he was just chilling. Just, hanging out, just trying, stay in the race as long as he can. And unfortunately, that's part of it. When you're mid-pack like that or up front, you're going to be a part of it.
Here's a replay. Here's your replay, and we're going to go to commercial break after this. Watch them as... John, do you think the cloud cover had anything to do with affecting the handling of the cars? We've been watching that.
No, if anything, it gives you a little bit more grip. Your car will go anywhere you want it to because it's trick. Yeah, it looked to me like somebody was trying to get into pits and somebody didn't know this. And
pitting early, you think?
Wow, somebody went flying over the track.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wait for it. You're ahead of us. You're ahead of us.
All right.
What's this? Oh no, it's Faulkingham.
Oh,
who the hell who went flying like R. Kelly?
That
oh my God.
I'm telling you, Scott Stenzel in the 42 car.
Oh my God. Who was that went flying through the air like that?
Stenzel in the 42 car, and he's dead. Wow, man, that was a huge accident. Huge.
Let's go on board with Stenzel, okay? We urge you to, if you have...
just look away.
Yeah, just look away. Hey, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, then we're going to show you the car flying through the air. We're under yellow flag. First caution here at Talladega.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel. Ask their questions. Get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week. Welcome back, Talladega. Some cars pitted, some did not. And we are trying to come back to the production truck and get you the onboard with Stenzel in 42. He's the car that just went ricocheting through the air in a massive crash. He's all the way to the back spot. He is dead last in 43rd now, and they bring us under our first caution. John thinks that it happened because cars were trying to get on the binders to commit to coming to pit road. Here's your replay. For those coming back, we're coming back from break, but this happened before it. Watch again. This will show you what happened, and then we'll show you on board with 42 a Stenzel. Watch this. Oh my goodness. And now on board. And look at Mons. You're on board with Mons in 49 when he was trying on board with Stenzel. Extended replay presented by Pulse Poppers. There's this down the back straightaway. You are on board with Justin Mons. What? Okay, we got to come back quickly. The lights are off on the pace car is what we're being told. This is a replay. We want you to see this.
Right.
Oh, watch this. Oh, my mind. Look at this, John. Oh!
Wow.
And he stuck the landing. He stuck the landing.
No,
I think he is dead, John.
I don't think that was a pit-in issue. It looked to me like Falkingham just lost it.
Yeah.
He was behind somebody there. I didn't see exactly who he was behind, but it looked to me, and I'm not knocking Daniel, don't get me wrong, but it looked to me like maybe he tried to turn too sharply or maybe make a move right there.
Yeah, a little aggressive maybe a little too soon.
Oh, that is weird. It hooked left. It hooked.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it inside the server, and he just hooked the left. Like there was nobody around him. I'm not sure what happened right now, man. But
anyhow, we are getting ready for the restart. We're going to try this again here. NC811 Call Before You Dig Cup Series, part of the SIM500 Esports Race League. After close to 25 laps, we went caution-free and then a caution. After a multi-car accident. John, could we sum that up maybe as the big one as we get ready to come back for the restart on lap 28?
The first big one.
The first big one.
Let me tell you, that involved a bunch of cars. You go ahead and call the start of the race. I'm going to get you a list of people that involved, okay?
Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Drivers involved in the crash include, stand by. We're back underway here at Talladega. How about Henderson, one of those drivers that was also in the last chance race? Now he is up to the lead. Williams, Macklin, Daly trying to cross over the back of the spoiler on the 06 on the 09 to the Blue Knights. Entry of Williams, and he is all over the back door. 3 Chevrolets, a Toyota in that mix. Now throw a Ford with Bobby Wetzel in the 9 as they go to the Alabama gang super stretch to 3.
Down through 3 they go with Henderson, Macklin pushing him there. I've got a list for you. You ready for this? It's like a who's who of the Sim 500.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, my friend.
This wreck included E.J. O'Rourke. You're looking at Chad Coleman, Glenn Campbell, Doug Roth, Mike Montesi, Joey Jatina, Howard, Glazer. Last week's winner, Glazer, was involved. Josh Parker, Tommy Ryan, Tyler Dalton, our pole sitter, he was involved. John Fowler, Comstock. We saw the 42 of Stencil, he was involved. Guys that are still on pit road, Falkingham, Frieri, Livingston, Justin Mons, Hollyfield, Stenzel. I mean, this was a huge wreck. It literally involved almost 26 cars.
Wow.
In way, shape, or form. So a lot of big, fast names in that list there, Wesley. We got a whole new outlook on this race now. We could technically see a first-time winner tonight.
A 26-car pileup just ensued, and there's still several cars back in the hunt. There goes Arnold, by the way. The 31 of Arnold. He won the race at Martinsville. Now closing in behind Edson. DeBrown right there with him. So was Rivera.
Well,
Mary also there. Crumrye there.
O'Rourke, even though he was involved in that wreck, he's still in the race. He's right there. He's got a little bit of cosmetic damage, it looks like to me, maybe, on the nose and the tail there. Shouldn't be too bad. He'll be okay. That's another thing I found out, Wesley, during the week was I lost a fender in one wreck. But as long as I was tucked up underneath the guy in front of me and I had somebody behind me, I could stay right there in the draft, no problem. Now, when I went to try and pass somebody, it was like I stuck out a parachute. Kevin DeBrown right there. We see Kevin DeBrown here. He's got his nose up to the tail of Edson in the 7 car. They're battling right there for the lead. Kevin DeBrown on the outside with Edson in front of him. Down the inside, Byron Daly. We saw him lead a lot of laps earlier before that accident there, Wesley.
And we're working now close to 18 or so to halfway. On the outside, for the most part, fairly clean race. 1 caution flag. A massive 26-car pileup. And some drivers are beaten and battered and out of it. Look at now Henderson blocking Daly. Daly now in the middle. Here comes now Daytona winner Macklin, the yellow and black 30. He'll carry now the 2 with him. Kelly up on the outside now. Edson, DeBrown, O'Rourke in the mix. Wetzel up on the top shelf. And all the while, Daly, Rivera, Roth, hung out to dry, in the middle, stick to the bottom, somebody break out of line, and they got a hope to weasel in.
Yes, sir. Hope to weasel in is the best way to put it. Right now, it looks to me like all the dancing partners have decided they're going to switch over and dance with somebody else. And, man, I tell you what, hey, back to that wreck real quick, Wesley. Out of all that damage, all that twisted metal we had, one car has decided to go ahead and call it a day, and that would be the 77 of Robert Ferrari III. He has disconnected and left the arena.
Robert Ferrari III, the 77 look-alike of the Miller Genuine Draft Colors, out of this race. Everyone else somehow beaten, battered, banged, bruised, bandaged, somehow continue on.
Got a great
look at this pack off turn 4. Holy cow, Macklin under attack by Henderson. Edson's got to Brown and they're rocking behind them. Trouble, the pole car, Dalton's involved. Williams involved. More cars scattering through the tri-oval, and the caution's out again. Shades of almost the same spot of where the last caution came out. There's what's left over of Gonzalez in 26.
Here's your Pulse Poppers replay, and let's see where this one starts at. It looks like it starts right there in mid-pack. Another bad place for a caution to start. You got all these cars behind you. Mayhem going to ensue right here, Wesley. Oh, somebody disappeared.
Looked like somebody flashed across the screen there.
Man, what is going on, fellas?
On board with Dalton, the pole car for this race. And John, he had such a strong run. Now there's Williams on his inside. He's got the 3 in front of him.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Daly. Oh, the 3. That's the problem. Oh, he disappeared and came back. Everybody checked up after that. John, what do you think?
I got to be the bearer of bad news here. Actually, what had happened was the 50.
Are you going to say the word net code?
No, sir. I'm not.
Okay. I just did. Sorry. My apologies.
The 50 car from Rye got into the back of the 06 of Byron Daly. All right. And when he checked up to save his car, he caused a little bit of issue with the 22 car. The 22 car went up the track, got to the 19, and, well, we saw what happened. Now, the interesting thing is this happens on exactly lap 33, all right? So this kind of puts us back into, and I believe everybody pitted here? Yeah, everybody's into the pits and out. This is going to put us kind of back into that pit window we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah. You're exactly right.
You know? So we are at lap 35 now out of 100 at 65 laps left to go. They could technically do this race with one more pit stop. If they go 35 laps from here, pit again at lap 70, that puts them to the end. If this thing goes green, and I have to emphasize that word, if.
If. It's a big word. If.
Very big word at the moment.
Horseshoes and hand grenades don't count.
Nuclear bombs do.
You had to go there, didn't you? By the way, thank you for your service.
Oh, wow. That one caught me out of the blue. But...
No, a birthday boy stepping away to get himself something for refreshment.
I am 52 years old, and never in my life have I met a guy who drinks as much milk as our producer, Cody Wood.
You know what? If he ever decided to run an Indy car and try to go for the Indy 500, he's got to kiss the milk. Or not kiss the milk. He's got to drink the milk. He's got to kiss the milk.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just starts answering us with moo.
Merle.
We'll just start talking.
Anyhow, John, what do you think of the race so far, man? We're closing in on 15 to halfway. Only 2 caution flags, massive wrecks.
The first 20 laps, I guess, were about what I expected. A lot of lead changes, stuff like that. I did not see that. I still haven't quite wrapped my head around what happened with the 42 car, not the 42 car, the that first wreck when the car Falkingham just turned left. I mean, I want to talk with him if he's still around after the race and find out. I think that might have been a mechanical issue. That's what it looked like to me anyway. Because Daniel is notoriously smooth with his input on the steering wheel, especially. I mean, he can make tires last forever. So that tells you right there, he's not a guy who jerks his wheel around and really makes a lot of overcorrection with the wheel. So I cannot help but wonder if that was some sort of a mechanical malfunction that caused that left-hand turn. But then, of course, we saw this next caution, the one that we're riding through now, Wesley, was a typical Talladega accident. They were 3 wide, shuffling position. Somebody got into somebody, and it just caused an accident from there. So overall, I would say so far at lap 36, this has been what I expected. I expect us to actually have a pretty long green flag run this next time by.
Yeah,
I do. I think these guys they've settled down now. Some of these guys for the most part have dodged a couple of big bullets right there. So that we'll probably see these guys settle down a little bit, just ride around for the next 35 laps, possibly until the next pit stop. But I think after the next pit stop, you're going to see a lot more of what we saw in the first 20 laps.
aggression at its finest, especially down the stretch to try to determine who the winner will be.
Alrighty, so I've got an updated list for you as far as dropouts go.
Go ahead.
Has gone ahead and called it a night, and Scott Stitzel has also. Scott, I don't blame him. He's probably still got a headache from that ride he took earlier.
Scott, I believe I can fly stencil.
Yeah, he is actually he dropped due to upload packet loss, but as bad as his car was damaged and as much as he's lost here, go back in. Something like that, right, Cody? Well, here we are, Cody and Wesley. Hey, Wesley, guess what? We're going back to green.
Birthday boy Charles manning the buttons. Happy birthday. Everybody in the chat box, wish a happy birthday to Charles. LSRTV is his name in the box, by the way. So, and for those 4 or 5, maybe 1 or 2 that are watching on Facebook, we thank you for tuning in as well. And he is our guest on Finish Line. He is our color analyst, God dang it, co-host is what I meant to say, co-host. That's it. I'm going back to work.
Off, and
You're making me mad, birthday boy.
We got a long wait for that pit car ducks off, Wesley, to where we actually green at. And why is that, Wesley?
Hey, John, look at the brown and look at Macklin, and I'll answer your question in just a second. Looks what's behind them. 3, count it, 3 NC 811 or Virginia 811 call before you dig cars right there in that pack, led by Arnold, then Howard, followed by the 99 of Ryan. But to answer your question, they are not going to speed until they get through the tri-oval. The restart zone is at the end of the tri-oval, going down the front straightaway, going to turn 1 at the end of pit road where the flag stand is, which always causes havoc and crazy decisions in a finish. It's not like Daytona. If you look at a diagram of a track map of this facility, it's the same modifications as far as the way the track layout is, John, as far as the tri-oval, just like Daytona. The difference is right about there. The start-finish line's in the middle of the tri-oval. Now you go another, 4,000, 5,000 feet, then you get to the start-finish line.
It's actually about, I think, 275 yards, something like that. Not a whole, but it feels like it. When the driver that's leading this race coming to the last lap, you come out of the 4, you've got the lead, but you got like 9 guys behind you all ganged up, and you're waiting to see that finish line, that start-finish line, that flag wave, that checkered flag, and it's way the hell down, almost to turn 1. Hey, can we put the camera on car 24 real quick?
You put the camera on car 24, and I got something else I'm going to do. Daytona.
Look at that. That is a great throwback paint scheme to Jeff Gordon, but it's done up with the new next-gen number placement.
That's awesome. Wow.
That is a good-looking race car. I saw him earlier. That's Medina, I believe, right? The 24? Who drives?
Jose Medina, yes, it is, the 24.
Medina, right. And I think that, I don't know who painted that one, but they did a fantastic job of really making that work for the next-gen car. And I just wanted to give them a shout-out. I don't know who the artist was, but I really just want to say they did a great job. And you know me,
Whoa,
whoa, big contact between O'Rourke and the 41 and Tommy Ryan, that 99. Man, that could have been catastrophic.
And everybody got on the binders behind them.
And look,
they worked to turn 3, 10 to halfway, by the way, coming up in a few more laps.
And here comes another NC811 car in the form of Jeff Ryan, Tommy Ryan's brother, in that 3 car. He's sneaking into the picture here. Jeff wants to have a better finish than he did last night in the Xfinity Series race here at Talladega. Things didn't go his way. We'll just leave it at that. But, man, see, this is what I was talking about. For the most part, Wesley, you got to agree with me. We're about 4 laps into this restart now, and it's a little more tame than what we've seen all night long.
Exactly.
And there's a reason for that. These guys all saw about half the field get wiped out in 2 accidents. Look at that Kohler car, that 6 car. That's a beautiful car, too, man. See,
into the 3rd turn. Look at Edson. Edson up the hill. Macklin follows. Wetzel followed by the 6 of Montesi. Colors of the Brett Keselowski entry.
How about that penalty they got, man? Whew. That was a harsh penalty they got in real life. Keselowski's crew.
Well, tamper with the rules. There's going to be a penalty for it.
Yep. All right, Jose Gonzalez has retired from the race, as has Cody Giles. And unfortunately, car number 49, one of our driver cam guys, Justin Mons, has retired from 6 cars.
Macho Taco's out?
Yes, sir. Macho Taco is out.
Oh, he's not going to celebrate Taco Tuesday tomorrow.
Probably not.
Turn 3, look at them go, all packed up together, 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. Into the 3rd turn, Montesi hooked up under Weitzel. Look at the bump there to Henderson from O'Rourke. The 2 is behind him as well. That's Kelly. Ryan on the bottom. Closing in. Look at this. Oh, John, I don't know if it's too early to be racing like this, man.
Yeah, I think it is. He's still got more than half the race to go. We're only on lap 42 out of 100. About 7, 8 laps away from halfway, and they're bumping each other like it's the last lap. And by the way, Mike Kelly is also driving an NC811 paint scheme tonight. So the league sponsor is getting some great TV time here with about, I don't know, 8 cars in it. Here's our driver.
And by the way, we have found out you're on board now, thanks to our NC811 authorities. Number 7 is Trey Edson, the leader of the race now, the number 7.
That's why he's got that big old grin on his face right there. Hey, but
they talk about the unhappy.
This is missing an element, though. Trey was notorious for driving these league races with his kids in his lap. So we got to talk to him about that.
He's missing his kid in his lap? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, usually I believe it was his son that he won a race, a SIM500 race, while his son was in his lap.
Did you see him stick his tongue out? He just stuck his tongue out at Henderson. When Henderson passed him, he stuck his tongue out at him.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at a little pump the pants there. Yeah, stick your tongue out and now as you hit him from the rear.
What a race, man. Like I said, I kind of expected it to calm down just a wee bit here, especially after 2 cautions, but usually about mid-race, you'll see it kind of just chilling out. And look at that on the outside, O'Rourke with a slightly damaged car, making a bid for the lead on the outside with some help from Byron Daly.
Whoa.
Missing the back, man. There's, oh, wow. I'm just going to shut up because every time I say they're calm and collected,
all hell breaks loose.
Right?
Man. 3 wide again. Look at this.
Daily now in the middle right there.
You say the 3 C's and then it just says, hold my beer. hold my cheer wine. Hold my Pepsi.
Look at this. We got somebody shuffled down.
Or hold my milk if you're the producer.
The 31. Wow, he got punted down there below the yellow line, which, you know, if it's just like in real life, you can't go down there. It is illegal. They don't get penalized for it right now, but what happens is I go back and look at the replay. So he has to get that spot back. He's going to drop back and lose a little bit more ground there. Look at that Daly just hanging in there, man. No back bumper on the back of that car.
Yeah, watch them as they work through the tribal. Here we go. Back to start finish.
Kevin DeBrown.
O'Rourke to the lead. John, how many leaders have we had lead this race? Not just Kelly at the start-finish line, but what about around the racetrack? Holy cow. Look at Ron to the bottom.
I've seen 2 laps so far in this race where a guy would come across the start-finish line and 4 or 5 drivers would pass him for the lead before we got back around for the next lap. So it's crazy right now.
John, they are making bonsai moves. They're going to the inside. They're going to the outside. We're seeing more slaughters on a pavement track than at White Crystal right now. White Castle or Crystals, because we're in the South. There's got to be Crystals, right? I mean, look at all these slaughters and these moves being made from the bottom to the top.
Wow. Squeezing them out. Jeez, man.
Dude, watch the 7 of Edson. His car went from the outside lane to the middle to another middle lane all the way to the bottom
4 wide.
A lap ago. And look at Edson now. He's back in the middle again with Wetzel behind him, Howard behind him.
In the meantime, that bottom lane is checking out. They're liking to see this fight in their mirror like that. These top 4 guys are just doing their best right now to just stay nose to tail and make some space between them and all this craziness going on back here.
And they're not even halfway. And that's what I can't figure out. The flagman has not even showed the cross flags yet. $54 to remain, exactly. When they come to the start-finish line, 54 laps to go, 4 laps to halfway. And it looks like these guys are fighting for the last 5 miles of the race with 2 laps to go, John.
And I mean, and it's been like that really since the drop of the green flag, Wesley.
It's been a good race. It's been a great race.
Definitely has not been boring or lacking in the department of stuff to talk about.
No, sir. Been a good one. Back straight away, they work their way to turn 3. By the way, don't forget tonight, if you like Talladega, we're going to Darlington. The next round, round 7 for the Northwest Racing Series Cup cars.
Oh, look at that move that O'Rourke made right there.
4 wide.
Look at
Daly
that
in the
move.
middle.
I tell you what, O'Rourke would be glad there was nobody out there.
And they still hold it together.
Yep.
I can't believe it. Wow.
It's sort of 2 by 2, but then you got this one guy back here, who's that John Fowler in the 48, trying to make it, the middle line work. He gives up on that. He's going to jump to the high side. In the meantime, the high side scoots down and makes the middle line. So now we're going to look at maybe trying to get a 3 wide situation going here. And look at that. Man, a lot of, what are these guys doing with?
Look at this, the Daytona winner. Macklin in the middle up under O'Rourke. Malcolm in the Middle was a very fun TV show as a kid growing up.
And here comes Kelly in that 2 car. He's going to jump up in front of O'Rourke. Gets punted to the outside line right there. My gosh. Kelly in that number 2 NC811 car up on the high side now. He's going to get the 31 of Edmonds behind. Sorry, Eddie.
We got a caution. Caution out for the 3rd time. We find out what happened. Please don't tell me this was a competition caution. Oh, it's the 40. Charles Woods is what we're being told from our producers. Asking you shall receive caution flag number 3. You know they're coming to the pit lane, John. And this is a Pulse Poppers instant replay. We go on now and look at the 40.
That was,
wow. Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Who is that he hit?
Hey, John. Hey, John, he literally went postal.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry. You need Jesus, man, okay? I'm just saying.
He's got the United States Postal Service on the car. I had to say that. He went postal.
But, I mean, this is just a really ill-advised blocking move, I think.
Well, watch this again.
He's going to come down. He's going to try and jump in front of Jatina, is it? Yeah.
That's Joe and Jatina. And Jatina said, I had none of it. Oh. And then he hooked another car in the process.
My goodness. And see, Joey was caught up in that earlier, that first big one. Oh, yeah, he did stick that thing in the wall, didn't he? Wow. Man, that's going to be some extensive damage for him. And like I was saying, Joey was caught up in the earlier wreck, so he's probably already in a pretty bad mood. And so this guy comes down, and I mean, I'm not saying he tried to throw a block on him, but I just don't think he was listening to a spotter, maybe. And what's going on with the 38 here? Is he out of gas?
Coleman off the pace. The driver of the car number 38, the all-time starter of this series, by the way.
In the meantime, we had a bunch of guys ducking down pit road while pit road was closed.
He was waiting for the pace car. And by the way, the driver that made the all-time career start list of 932 is now, John, is now the leader of this race as we're at halfway.
Bad
Cross flags out under caution. Oh, money.
What?
Sorry, I found money on the floor. Can we take a break? We're going to take a break. Coleman, DeBrown, Montesi, Kelly, Daly. Top 5. If you thought the first half was wild, get ready for the second half, boys. We might have a coronary, John and I will. We're back in a moment. The NC811 Call Before You Dig Cup Series. It's iRacing on LSRTV, and this is Talladega.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland, and for the second year in a row, the Community Radio Network is excited to also be the voice of iRacing on LSRTV every Monday and Thursday night with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup and Truck. Join yours truly, Justin Prince and Samuel Dyer, every week as they race towards a championship. We're also on the radio in the Triangle in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area at 87.5 WCRN and anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. Click play. Check out the coverage, the power of radio to the imagination of the listener, esports style. We are the Community Radio Network, the voice of iRacing on LSR TV. Check it out when you can, and replays are always up too.
This is our series.
So many different pieces that you have to watch out for.
Where the stakes are always higher.
$300,000.
Where virtual meets reality.
How bad do you want it?
They're wasting no time getting at it.
Where the best thrive and the flawless win. This is the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
He's right here. And
Welcome back. We're crashing not only in the sim, but also in the broadcast booth. Welcome back to Talladega. John?
Getting wildly out of control. Wildly.
Do what?
What?
Hey, I wonder what Arnold Schwarzenegger would have to say about tonight's race so far. What do you think, John?
I think that Arnold is probably out smoking a stogie somewhere, buddy.
Having a schnitzel, as you said, right?
Eating schnitzel. That's right. He loves his schnitzel.
Come on, you started to get out of character. I love it. He said...
What is wrong with you, Wesley? Pull it together. You have a broadcast to do here. Quit kicking buckets in your kitchen.
I walked into the mop bucket.
This is a contest to kick the can. You hit the color race.
Yes, sir. Hey,
okay, I'm leaving now. Goodbye.
All right, thank you. You're fired. John, so DeBrown, man, what do you think of this Ford now? We've had Fords, we've had Chevrolets, we've had Toyotas. This has been a pretty interesting race, and it's not over yet. This is only the second half. We get ready for a restart.
Yeah, we're about to restart just a little bit past halfway right here. And you got Bad Chad Coleman down on the inside. You had DeBrown on the outside. DeBrown relatively unscathed after all the calamity we've seen so far. But I tell you what, it's still 48 laps to go. Anything can happen between now and then. And Wesley, we're going back to green, pal.
We certainly are. Ready. Coleman, DeBrown, Montesi, Kelly, Arnold. By the way, you think there's only 10 cars left? There's not. The scoring ticker just updated. And there you see the rest of the field as they work their way through the Geico restart zone after the third caution of this race. Ready for the second half. Back to speed. Coleman, DeBrown, side by side. Who's going to get the whole shot? Too close to call. They're in turn one.
And you've got Mike Kelly up there, the 2, right behind him, the 31 car. Giving him a little shove. That's Eric Arnold in that 31 NC811 car. The NC811 guys there are making a great show tonight there, Wesley. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir. Virginia and North Carolina cars. Kelly, Montesi, Arnold. Remember the Martinsville winner, Arnold. What a finish that was. Probably, in my opinion, John, maybe SIM500 race finish of the year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, been some great finishes, though, here in the SIM500 League. And also, I have an updated list for you there, Wesley. 2 more guys have dropped out, Chris Williams and Tyler Hunter have both.
I figured that was going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to see a few more of these guys dropping out as it goes, just mainly because of all the damage that they've got. And at one point, at some point in the race, and you're damaged, you're off pace, and you got to ask yourself, do I really want to tool around this big-ass track, under power, off and just try to figure out, what you're going to do. And most guys will just say, you know what, I'm just going to park it. So,
hey, do you think Tyler Woods is out after going postal in the 40?
You mean Charlie?
Yeah, Charles Woods. Yeah.
Let's see here. Charles Woods.
The 40's in 35th.
Well, he's on pit road, but he hasn't left yet. So maybe he's going to try.
His time's done.
I tell you what, let's talk about time for a second, Wesley.
Yeah.
So in real life, we have do they still do the damage clock in NASCAR?
So it varies. It depends on no, I don't think they do that anymore. No, the damage clock's been null and void for this year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, that's something we need in iRacing because, honestly, if we had a damage clock, a lot of these races would probably be less wrecking. You know what I'm saying? Guys would be a little more careful because, yeah, you can get damaged to a point where your engine blows, which takes at least 30 minutes to repair in a race, right? But you can still get back out there and actually gain position depending on how early it happens to you in the race and gain points if you're in the running for points, right?
So, John, this is the thing on the damage clock in NASCAR now. If you come down to the pits, it's 20 minutes.
Oh.
You have 20 minutes to have work done to your car. But at any time, if your car goes behind the wall, you're done. If your car makes the trip behind the garage area, you're out of the race. But there is, if you remember, the damage clock used to be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now it's 20 minutes. So you have a 20-minute time limit on the damage clock. But once that 20 minutes is up, and obviously if it takes 20 minutes to fix the car and you ain't got your car back out there yet, as genius and methodical as these maestros are on pit road, you don't have a chance. Bottom line.
And pretty much true. Pretty much true. While we were discussing that, I saw Henderson get booted down across that double yellow line, man.
Yes. And Arnold back to the lead.
Yep, Arnold back to the lead. Now that 31 NC811 Chevy ZL1 that he's got there. Is this a Chevy? Yeah, it's a Chevy.
He's a Chevy, yes. Wild finish in Martinsville. Carrying now. Montesi with him. Daly, Edson back to the lead. You going to stick your tongue out this time? He did it to Henderson.
Yeah, that was a crazy finish at Martinsville, Wesley.
Yes, it was.
You brought it up earlier. I'm going to be honest with you, my brain doesn't work as well as it used to when I was your age. It took me a few minutes to recall that memory, but good Lord, that was an insane finish at Martinsville. There's a picture of Edson as we drive and watch him focus, that laser-sharp focus right there. Look at that.
That's the leader, and that's the car. Now he's back to third now. Inside just overpowered him. He's staying up on the outside lane, though, as they work through the tri-oval. Oh, look at this one for the driver cam. And shout out to my buddy Max Pappas at MPI. Got the MPI helmet for real cars and virtual.
That's pretty cool. Those wheels are not cheap in real life.
Oh, no, they're not. No. Oh, look at this. Ooh, from this view. Don't lose that side panel, whatever you do. That might be a 2-year infraction from the SIM500 Cup Series.
Penalty, not a suspension.
All these cars have to go through post-race inspection, by the way. Look at this. The Brown is there. Here comes now Ryan. Montesi, look, all passing him. John Edson falling back. He's fell all the way back to fifth.
We got a lap car. Is that a lap car down low?
Get out of the way. Oh, my.
Wow.
Look at this log jam of traffic going to turn 1.
I tell you what, I'm really psyched. I'm pumped up to see that 21 car of John Adams up there now, breaking his way into the top 10. He's been kind of quiet all night, survived a couple of melees. He's got a little bit of minor damage here in the 21 car. That's the Racing for Ed car. I'm sure you remember we talked about that a couple of weeks back.
Yes.
One of the SIM500 guys who's been diagnosed again with cancer. We'll get in that a little bit later on. We got to fight for the lead, though. Look at this. Look at this. From the outside, E.J. O'Rourke already been in 2 incidents tonight. Getting a little shove from behind from the 08 of Timothy O'Leary. Of all people, we haven't talked about him all night either. Oh, look at this. Coleman gets cut off right there. Gets pushed down below the yellow line. Going to have to check up a little bit. Get that spot back. Man, I tell you what, Wesley, you called this earlier. They are pushing and shoving, cutting and slicing.
Yeah.
Like it's the last lap. We still have 40 laps to go, man. 40.
Yeah, it's a little aggressive here. I mean, as we're approaching close to the final 100 miles of this race, it's definitely a little aggressive right now. A little too early, in my opinion.
Just a smidgen. Well, anyway, as I was saying, that's a Racing for Ed car. It's for Ed Burrell. Great guy, SIM500, one of the original SIM500 members. He's fighting with cancer. Again, he went through an earlier bout in his life, kind of beat it a lot, but recently has been diagnosed again. And, you know, it's rough for him, his family, especially the people around him, his friends and family. So we decided to get together, put a car together for John Adams to race with Ed's number, because Ed just doesn't have the strength to race right now. This weekend, it's disturbing.
Sorry.
I was trying not to say anything. I'm sorry. I don't mean. I'm not laughing at what I'm talking about. There's some stuff going on behind the scenes here that, to be honest, is quite disturbing. But,
I was breathing like a bull in my mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just saying, John had worked his way up into the top 10 right now, but he just got shuffled out. And that's the first time I've seen somebody shuffled out to the outside. He got shoved all the way up to the outside, up against the wall, and has now dropped all the way back to 23rd from 9th place. Ouch. Man, that's just painful.
Up the top side, here they work. Maybe I was just breathing hard. I don't know. I don't get it. Might need to go to the doctor and get checked out. Fowler, leader. Coleman now falls back to second. Arnold now back up there to third. O'Rourke up to second now. Here he comes. All the while, 40 laps to go, under 40 remaining. John, I'm thinking 25, 20 laps to go. That's when you start getting as aggressive as these guys are right now. But this is entertaining for our audience that is watching.
Yes, it is. And let's throw some more tension into this equation. Are you ready for this?
Play it on me, brother.
We've got Eric Arnold, Byron Daly, Fowler, Montesi. These guys all pitted last on lap 34. We're on lap 63 right now. So those guys are going to have to start looking at coming down pit road pretty soon. But throw in the mix there Parker, Macklin, let's see, Edson, O'Rourke. Those guys pitted on lap 50. They're good for another 20 some odd laps. So you see this big pack, this big honking pack of cars we got right here, 3 by 3 by 3. All those guys are mixed in and out here. We got some high, we got some in the middle, we got some low that are going to have to come in the pits within the next 5 to 10 laps. So now we're going to have to see some guys trying to fight for position down on the inside lane, Wesley. That's going to make some attention.
Yeah, I think so as well. Through the triangle. Closing in. 37 laps to go, 36 now remaining. Next time by, when they come to the line, look at them in that pack. DeBrown, Kevin DeBrown. John, been a while since we have been able to say DeBrown in the front. He is starting to make his presence felt. He's up on the bottom of the racetrack. There goes Macklin, the Daytona winner. And I'm trying to remember this, John. DeBrown, Macklin, they battled it out for the Daytona race back here about 6 weeks ago.
I believe so. Now, you're asking me a lot to stretch my broken memory that far back, but I think you're right. Maybe one of our YouTube audience can look that up for us. Go back and look in our archive of racing and see what we're babbling about. You know? And hello, Warthog, by the way. I see you down there.
Who will be winning tonight? There's been only one repeat winner this year, and that was Daniel Falkenham, which, by the way, he's out.
Yeah, he's 9 laps down right now. I don't think he's retired from the race just yet, but definitely out.
Well, you know what I mean. He's out of it. He's out of contention.
And, man, I was talking about my boy John Adams, that 21 car. He's all the way back to 22nd now, out of the draft, so... that's what we talked about. It doesn't take much. You get out of this draft. If you get more than a half a second, maybe 6/10 behind the car in front of you, and you got nobody behind you, you're done. You're out. Hey, look who's down there on the inside line. 4 or 5 cars back there. It's last week's winner, the 18 Bentley Glazer. Looking to hopefully be a consecutive week winner here, Wesley.
Working down the back straightaway. Watching them head their way inside. Henderson now back up to the lead again, but for how long? He bobs from the outside to the inside. Cuts off Macklin. Edson back up there in his second spot as Henderson falls back to the clutches of the bottom of the racetrack. And the outside lane showing speed. Wetzel and Brown trying to hook up with that pack. Closing in to the tri-oval this time by John. 34 laps to go this time by.
34 laps to go. It's just, it has not calmed down at all up front.
No.
These guys are still slicing and dicing, pushing, shoving, cutting in, cutting out. Like it's only 5 laps to go, Wesley. And we still have 28 laps to go, man. 22, sorry, 23, 33. I can't count, man. I'm from Louisiana. What you want?
You're born on the bayou.
Born on the bayou. Don't get me to that CCR. We'll never stop. Oh, I'll tell you what. Look at the Brown, man. He's fallen all the way back to, where is he at? Back there in 15th. From leading this race earlier on to 15th. It just shows how fast the picture can change on you here if you get shuffled out, if you get left behind. Your dancing partner decides he wants to go with somebody else. Up front, O'Hort from the inside to the outside, back down to the middle now. Going with him, trying to anyways, John Fowler in that 48 car. That's Dirty Monkey Motorsports right there. That middle line making a fight for it right here. I say middle line because if you look, they got 3 cars on the outside line, and then we got 2 guys going to jump up in front of them, trying to break their momentum, but use them as pushing tools. That's Byron Daly, Brian Macklin back there in that 30 car.
That's right. Look at them 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. 4 rows. Now make it 5 rows deep. 15, 16 cars in a pack. My goodness. And Daly back up in front. Closing in on 30 to go.
Working our 18th, 19th lap now of green flag racing. Tell you what, man, Wesley, these guys just are relentless right now. Unwilling to give any kind of an inch at all on track. You see guys bumping into each other on that high line up there. We've got the 2 guys that went from the inside to the middle right here. Byron Daly in the meantime up top with Parker. Josh Parker, somebody else we haven't talked a whole lot about tonight, Wesley, in that 81 car.
And it's not over yet, remember. As the field works their way, look at them working up on the inside to the outside lane, back to the bottom. Ryan now the leader. I have lost count on how many lead changes we've had, not just in the tri-oval at the start-finish line, John Mustian, but around the entire racetrack. I would say at least 20 drivers, maybe more, have had their shot to be up in the front to lead at least a lap or half a lap or a straightaway. What an opportunity for lead changes. Here comes Arnold and Coleman, and they flip-flop again. Ryan back up there for second as they go to 3.
And on the outside, you got Wetzel, Bobby Wetzel in that number 9 car. He's leading a charge. He's got, I think that's Daly on his backside there, pushing him. They're going to try and make something, have that third line up. Oh, but they're going to get a little squeeze there from Macklin. Macklin's going to jump up in front of them. They're going to all drop down now, 2 by 2 by 2. Tommy Ryan to the front in the 99 car with O'Rourke pushing him behind him. And behind O'Rourke, it's going to be John Fowler up there in that 48 car, that Dirty Monkey Motorsports entry. And behind Fowler, you got Macklin still in the Trans Service Toyota Camry trying to make something happen. Bobby Wetzel drops down behind him, trying to use that draft. Now these guys are going to try and break themselves away from the rest of this pack right here. Now, Wesley, I don't know if you picked up on this, but that's about a 19-car pack. And then after that, the nearest car is another, I don't know, 10 seconds behind them. That in the form of Mike Montesi in that 6 car, way back there. We're just kind of whittling these big packs down little by little here.
That's lap traffic in front of the leaders right there.
That's Montesi and those guys, actually.
Yeah.
Doy Woods, that was Doy Woods and Mike Montesi. They're by themselves. That's another like 6 seconds back to Doug Roth.
Not for long, though, buddy.
Yeah, they're going to wind up getting past it. This thing stays green. Then again, we talked about this. Green flag pit stops are going to be happening soon. We've got some guys out there that have been out now for almost 40 laps. 38 laps now, and I'm talking about Chad Coleman in that 38 car. Last minute on lap number 34. Kevin DeBrown, lap 34, excuse me. Daly, John Fowler. These guys all need to be looking and trying to get themselves down to the inside and get ready to pit because it's coming soon.
At speed through 3 and 4. Here they come back to the tri-oval. Coleman, bottom of the racetrack. Parker there. Look at Parker. Daytona pole winner. Macklin, the Daytona Cup winner, up on the outside. He's in the top 5. Closing in on the final quarter of this race remaining. 27 to go for those that are watching at home or wherever you are. This is iRacing on LSRTV, the SIM500 NC 811 Call Before You Dig Cup Series. Wesley Outland here with you, John Mustard Jr. alongside. We got the birthday boy, Charles Wooten, Jeff Stab now punching the buttons in the production truck for Rocket Media and LSRTV Productions. And John, it is getting good. 99, Ryan now back to the lead as they come to the tri-oval.
Tommy Ryan made a big move to the outside there, made it happen, got himself the lead. He's got Macklin behind him, Bobby Wetzel there. Big shove from the 38 car to Bobby Wetzel. Made Bobby shoot up to the high side right there. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. We got to keep our eyes peeled on these guys. They're going to start pitting here pretty soon. We're going to see these guys. And I'm talking about Fowler. I'm talking about Chad Coleman. I'm talking about Kevin DeBrown, Byron Daly, Eric Arnold. All these guys are now 40 laps into this run. And as I speak, look out the front windshield. They're catching a pack of lap cars also, Wesley.
Macklin now to the lead. For how long? He's now being overtaken by lap traffic. All in their way. Outside, there's Crumrine. He'll clear him. Ryan on the bottom. Ogden on the bottom. They'll clear Yoakum, Randy Yoakum. And we got green flag pit stops.
DeBrown, Daly, Coleman, Comstock, Arnold, and Kelly are all in right now. These are the guys I was talking about earlier. So they went 41 laps. 41 laps right there, Wesley, on that run. Those two get in.
Coleman is in. Comstock is in. I saw DeBrown come in.
No, only it looks like.
Yep.
Oh, he missed his pit.
13. Oh, no.
He wasn't
Comstock overshot his pit stall.
Wow. He is going to lose so much ground right there because it took him forever to get backed up into his pit stop. still on pit road. Wow.
Into the tri-oval. Look at them. And now Macklin, the leader, Wetzel in second, O'Rourke, Fowler, Ryan, top five. John, have you shot yourself in the foot if you did not pit when the other cars did, if you're in this pack right now, with now 25 to go?
Let's talk about that. Glad you brought that up. So I'm looking at John Fowler. He's still on track by himself now. Tyler Dalton's in by himself. These two guys were the last ones to pit that had to come in now. And yes, you've shot yourself in the foot right here. I don't think Fowler's going to be able to make but maybe one more lap, if at all. I mean, he's been out there now for, a good stretch, 44, 45
Would you pick this lap? Would you pick this lap, John?
He absolutely has to. He cannot wait around any longer. I mean, he's really pushing it here. Yes, he's been drafting a lot, but he's also been running up front too, which means he's been using that. Good Lord, he is staying out again.
He surely is. He did not pit. Well, there's the 48 of Fowler.
I'm really surprised by this. Man. Montez's on pit road. He was the last one on that lap 34 group.
That's the 6 car.
And he's back there in 17th, so he's in the pits. But Fowler, last guy out there right now, and riding around in 4th, I might add, all by himself. He's going to be coming down pit road to do his pit stop, and that is going to hurt him. He doesn't have a dancing partner. Nobody to pit with him at all.
Will he pit this time? Fowler jumps out of the line. Yes, he will. He had no choice. And guess what, though? He's all by his lonesome self, and that is going to suck when he comes back out on the racetrack because, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 cars are better than one. You're a sitting duck when you're by yourself.
So after all that, let's see who's on the lead lap. We've got 31 cars right now on the lead lap. He might get lucky and be able to come out and catch one of these back markers or 2 or 3 of these back markers and at least be up to speed somewhat, but he's definitely going to lose any chance he had at winning unless, knock on wood, there's not going to happen, but unless there's another caution. Right now, Wesley, we got 23 laps to go, and these guys are kind of spread out now.
Macklin, the leader, he's still there. Bobby Wetzel second, O'Rourke third, Ryan Parker top 5. Winner last week of Bristol on Dirt, Bentley Glazier is 6th. Elliott Henderson up 35 spots to 8th. 7th, Trey Edson 8th. Glenn Campbell 9th. Up 33 spots, John. Doug Roth 43. Top 10. Some high climbers in this race.
Yeah, but listen to this. I mean, your top 5 are together in one pack. Then you've got Glazier and Henderson by themselves with Trey Edson. So that's 3 cars right there in a pack. Then 7 seconds behind them, you've got Campbell, Doug Roth, and actually Campbell's all by himself. He's going to get caught pretty quick by Roth and Jatine and those guys. So, like I said, this really spread it out. And now it seems to me, with 22 laps to go, that it's going to be down to these front 5 right here. They've got a huge lead, 4 seconds right now, and growing over Glazier, Henderson, and Edson right now. I think those guys back there, 6th, 7th, and 8th, the only hope they're going to have is if this front 5 starts fighting again, now. So now, but sometime between now and, say, 5 laps to go, that might enable them to stay in line and catch these guys. Man, wow. That's a lot of ground to make up, buddy.
Don't forget, coming up tonight, 11:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Pacific. We're live at the Darlington Raceway. Justin Prince and myself is on the call for iRacing on LSRTV and the Community Radio Network for round 7 Cup cars at Darlington. We will also have coverage throughout the week. Of course, on Thursday night, the exciting Northwest Racing Series trucks, the Nazareth trucks. On Friday, LTAC Cup Series presented by Tucson Sound Art on Friday night as well. And hey, John, this Sunday, the Major Series is back for round number 4.
That sounds like it's going to be fun. I'll be racing, but it sounds like you guys will be having fun.
Yeah, let me pull it up real quickly. The Major Series presented by Major's Garage. And we've got coverage of the American Sportsman League, round 4. No, correction, round 5. Round 5 this Sunday night is the Porsche Cup Wild Porsche cars at Hungaroring, Donington Park, National Road Atlanta Road Course as well. So you've got Hungaroring, Donington Park, and Road Atlanta with the Porsche Cup 992 cars. And then in 15 days from now, John, it's the greatest vertical spectacle in racing with the Major Series. One of the races I'm looking forward to, the Indianapolis 500-mile race. Wow.
Yes, sir. That's going to be a good one right there. I have watched the Indianapolis 500 on our race a couple times. It's a fantastic show to watch. Hey, guess what?
A new leader.
Yeah, new leader. I don't know what happened to Macklin there. He got shoved up to the outside or something, but we've also
he got shuffled all the way back to 5th.
Yeah.
And losing ground to the top 4.
And he's got to watch that gap. I talked about that earlier. He's got nobody behind him right now. He's got to keep his nose as close to the back bumper of Bobby Wetzel as he can. I got to say, you've got to get out of your comfort zone right here. If you're one of those guys that doesn't like to push, you've got to get past that, because right here, if you get more than half a second, maybe 4/10 to maybe 6/10 of a second behind the guy in front of you with nobody in your back bumper, you're going to lose the draft. So he's got to keep that in mind right here as these guys go go nose to tail. Trying to see that pack way back there. That pack is led by Henderson in that 37 car.
Yeah, it is.
And what they're doing, they've got some lap cars running with them also. So what they're trying to do is just keep everybody in a single file line and catch these guys. And right now, they are still right about where they've been for the last 5 or 6 laps, about 4.5 seconds back behind this pack. So
19 cars on the lead lap. Whoa, look out. Cars coming to the pit lane in the backpack. Look at this. The front runner's pitting.
I am so baffled by this.
Why? Why would you do that? They couldn't go to the finish.
Oh, no. They didn't. They had to pit. They last pitted on lap 50. This is the batch of guys that last pitted on lap 50. So this is where they had to pit. This is fine. Okay, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Okay.
You have literally, though, John, shuffled up the entire pack, though.
Yes.
I mean, look at the interval. Henderson is in his own little world right now. Edson Glazier, winner last week at the Bristol Dirt Race, by the way.
Here they are right here.
There's the top 3. And then you've got 17 seconds almost back to Roth, Chatina, Woods, Howard, Campbell, O'Rourke, and Ryan, top 10. And they're coming in.
Again, they have to. This is expected. This is where these guys, these are all these guys that just pitted on lap 50. That last caution.
Whoa!
Yeah, a little bit, almost a little bit.
Henderson and Glazier most had contact. Here you go. Watch it.
Henderson
Oh, my.
Henderson
he overshot his pit stall. Henderson missed his pit stall. I think Edson cut him off.
And, well, that's what happens when you don't, when you drive down the left side of pit road, man. You can't do that.
Wow.
I hate to say this, but he just shot himself in the foot. Bad pit stop will kill you every time.
Unless we get a caution. Unless we can get a caution.
Unless we get a caution, right. But look who that shuffles up to the front.
Roth. I love it.
Now, these guys also have to pit soon. Tina, Roth, all these guys, Woods. Doyle Woods right there.
How exciting is this, John? You got Ross STP colors up in front. You had the Stealth STP 43 yesterday for, of course, Richard Petty Motorsports and GMS Racing with Eric Jones up in the front. I love it. You can't make this stuff up, brother.
And you know what? Right now, what these guys are hoping for is a caution. They need a caution. That'll give them a chance to get in, get some fuel, maybe get some of this damage we see on these guys banged out a little bit.
How about the Haviland car of Woods?
Yeah.
Up to 3rd. Got a throwback to Davey Allison. Remember, they acknowledged the 35th career win of Davey Allison at Talladega yesterday. And Clint Boyer, the NASCAR on Fox analyst, drove that car. And look at him now, right there with Jatina. A pride out of Alabama, might I add, John. Having a shot to win this race. He's in 3rd.
By the way, Henderson back on pit road now. Got his tires, got out. Got his fuel, got out. But he is now going to be coming out almost a lap down.
Man, that's a tough break.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah. That sucks.
Let's keep our eyes on these front pack right here, because these guys all from 1st to 5th, they have to pit soon. Again, we talked about that, There are now 85 laps down, so it's been 35 laps But we know now that these guys can go up to about, what was it, 41 laps that we saw
Yes.
back?
Yes.
So they're going to hang it. I think they're going to hang it out as long as they can and hope for that caution. And what that'll do a couple things. Yes, they'll probably lose their position on track when they pit for fuel, but that will keep them right there in that lead pack when it goes back to restart. That's what you want.
Look at the 41, O'Rourke, closing in under Macklin. This is going on for 7th and 8th. 6th place. That's a lap car. No, correction. That's Bobby Wetzel. He's in 6th.
Yep.
Wow, all these cars are actually 6th through 10th right now.
Now, this is that group we were focused on before these pit flags started, Wesley. These are the guys that were
10 seconds
leading.
back. Yeah, wow.
The guys that were leading. So all they're waiting on is for those guys in front of them to go ahead and pit and get their pit stop out of the way.
So, John, but did Roth, Jatina, Woods, Howard, and even Mr. Rhinestone Cowboy Glenn Campbell, who, mind you, won the last race of the Blizzard Cup Series presented by Trans Service, do you think they pulled the right playing card at the right time right now with where they're at?
I think they pulled the only card they had available to them, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you look at all these cars, they're all damaged. These are all guys that have been involved in all the wrecking we've had so far.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
They were already way, way, way back in the field, okay? Like I said, their only hope right now is for caution to come out because they're going to have to pit. There's no doubt about it. These guys from 1st to 5th, all the way back to Campbell, from Doug Roth back to Campbell, they have been out a long time, since lap 50. They can't make it to the end. So, and then as you see by Joey's car right there, beat up big time on the right side and the back side. So they were way off pace, okay? So what they're hoping for now is just a caution, let them get in, get some more damage banged out, get some fuel in the car, make it to the end, and be in that lead pack and there to be a part of the equation when it comes down to the last few laps. Otherwise, their night's just not going to pay out the way they wanted to.
Very surprised that it has silenced itself down the stretch. Total opposite than what we saw about 25, 30 laps ago, John.
Yep.
Was not expecting this, but as you said, oh, they're coming in. They're pitting. They can't go the distance either.
Nope, that couldn't. I mean, I said that earlier. We knew they had to pit. That was just, there's no.
Oh, they got a caution. Saved by the caution flag. Are you kidding me?
Somebody wrecked behind them, I think.
Saved by the caution flag. 4th yellow, 11 to go. This certainly, from a man out of Louisiana, spice things up a bit.
Yes, sir. That's going to make things very spicy. Let's see if we can figure out where the caution happened at. Yes, it did. It happened somewhere behind the guys that were pitting in. And I'm not, oh my goodness. Cody, you there, buddy? Have we lost our, oh, there you are. All right, you're going to be looking at Randall Watkins, the 27 car. That's where this started at. Okay. Do you, I'll do me.
I'll do you, you do me. Macklin, 30 car?
Well, Shannon Wood in the 02 and Jay Randall Watkins in the 27.
So if you're just joining us, hello, shout out to my buddy out of Goldsboro, George Rayner. Hope you're doing well, sir. Mr. Outland is doing well. Tune in to Darlington later tonight. Here's your replay. Oh my good. Oh, wow. He got hooked it. 27, Watkins hooked him. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh, was that our lead group? Wait a minute.
He said, welcome to my world. You know what?
I think that was our lead group that caught up with these guys and joined in that wreck. It was.
Oh my.
So you were right. That was Macklin.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no. Wow. What?
What's this? Holy cow.
A reflection on this race.
This on board with Macklin. Like our producer just said. And this, oh my. Business is picked up. Listen.
Oh, right here.
Watch this.
I don't think Wetzel got through it either, did he?
I don't know how I got through it on commentary. Oh, my, what a hit. John, that might have been one of the hardest hits I've seen before in iRacing right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and they were full throttle coming through there. And what happened there? I mean, I've been in this seat. I know is that you can't. That's a blind corner you're coming out of right there. Okay, and unless you're looking way up ahead for it, which if you are, good for you. But sometimes they're not. They're looking at their gauges, looking at their mirror driving. So Wetzel saw it, but boy, he didn't get off the gas. He was doing 190 miles an hour at impact, 180 miles an hour.
That's 180, 190 mile an hour shot.
Yeah. And that was Wetzel. Macklin was even faster because he can't see out the windshield through,
And Wetzel got through it somehow, so far. Somehow.
What?
So here's John. This is what happened, dude. The cars came down to the pit lane, and then it looked like some of the lap cars or cars in the back lost it, and the lead cars wrecked each other.
I mean, I'm looking at the replay in the sim. Wetzel went through Doy Woods, so he must have.
That is lucky. So cool.
He got lucky there that none of that collision counted.
Can we go on board with the 9 of Wetzel for an extended replay? Can we maybe? The replay booth is closed. Okay.
Oh, not Woods. He went to the 27. I mean, but I'm guessing he got lucky there and didn't get any damage on his car because I don't see any damage on his car. So he survives it. Wow. Bobby Wetzel.
And John, look at this, dude. All those cars that literally were out of it. Arnold, Kelly, Parker, Edson, Glazier, back in the saddle again.
Yes. And that's what I was talking about before Jatina and all those guys had to pit. They were waiting on this caution, and it comes out as they're entering pit road. How is that for drama? How
lucky is that, too? And they're able to make their pit stops before pit road closed, and they stand. And
some of these guys wanted to get in and get some damage hammered out. I mean, you can't fix damage under green flag pit stops. It's just, you can't afford to lose that time. But it takes almost 2.5 minutes to get around Talladega under caution, right? So now these guys can get in and get some fenders banged out, get some speed put back into this car, if you will, and hopefully be a part of the equation of the finish of this race with 9 to go. When we go back to green, be 8 to go, Wesley. This just changes the entire outlook of the race right here.
This changes everything.
Yes, absolutely.
And mind you, now you've got the entire lid bunched up with each other, tighter than the lid on a pickle jar, side by side. When they come back for the restart, John, and you have the ingredients to force more cautions, aggressive racing, and in addition to that, possibly overtime with 2 attempts at a green-white checker.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about the GWCs, man. Wow. So this could just be entirely a really crazy thing. But the biggest note to take away from this was this caution was a game changer, or, if you will, a race changer.
Or both.
Are you making fun of me, Woods?
Take your pick. The lights are off on the pace car. We are getting ready for the restart. Don't forget, coming up here in about 35, 40, hang on a second, about 45 minutes from right now, join us. I'm trying to count the number in my head. About 40 minutes from right now, join us for coverage from Darlington. I'll stop, reset, get ready to go again. Justin Prince alongside.
You're gonna need some
yes,
air,
John,
buddy.
we get ready. We get ready for the Cup cars at Darlington. Lady in Black, track too tough to tame.
Oh, good God.
Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you have to have crazy, sarcastic remarks behind the scenes. Pace cars coming in, ladies and gentlemen. John, you stole the words right out of my damn mouth. We're ready to go back to green with 8 to go here at Talladega Field.
I want to get just wait. In the booth with us one night. Be ready to bail in here with us one night.
One night we need to have it unplugged.
I'm saying.
All plugged, unrehearsed. And yeah, unsolicited. You hear everything.
So here's
everything goes. Back to green.
With his great restart right there, he's got a damaged car behind him, Tommy Ryan. Tommy can't get right up on his bumper because he's afraid he's going to blow that car up if he does because all that nose damage. So Bobby doesn't have a dancing partner right now.
And John, they got to get 2 laps before they can pick up speed too?
Yeah, and look, I mean, Ryan's already fallen back. I mean, he's got a heavily damaged race car.
Oh, man.
But look, here comes some guys that we were talking about earlier. Jatina, he's got his car fixed. He looks like he's at
Look at Edson in the middle. Edson in the middle. Glazier winner last week at Bristol Dirt. Look at Chatina. Look at Parker. 7 to go this time by.
Coleman up front. Got Arnold, Eric Arnold, last week's winner, right? Wait, where did Arnold? No, Martinsville.
No, Arnold won Martinsville 2 weeks ago. Look at Edson. That's on board with the 7 of Edson. You're on board with him right now behind the winner of Bristol on dirt last week. Glazier in the 18. 7 to go. The Brown to the inside. O'Rourke in front of them.
Bumping and banging, a little beating on the bumper right there. Glazier's talking to him in there. Hey, man, don't hit me in the corners. Oh, look at that. He swings to the outside.
Just moved him out of the way.
Yep, they're going to shuffle him backwards now. And look at this
run.
Look at Edson
outside. To the outside. To the outside. He's up in the top shelf where Grandma hides the cookies from Grandpa. And somehow up in the marbles. And he's moved to second in the 7th car.
And look at Coleman out there with no dancing partner. He's going to lose some momentum right there. So I'm telling you, Edson's about to take the lead right here. You watch this. Parker gets back up on the bumper, Coleman, but it's too late. It's too late. Edson has taken that lead away.
6 to go. Edson now the leader. He's your North Carolina 811 driver. Cam below on the bottom right. Maybe, John, you might want to be one of these driver cams as good luck on the broadcast. Because look who's up in front.
Yeah, but that didn't work out too good for Mons, did it?
If he's up in front on the last lap, John, we've got to show that driver cam to our producers.
Oh, we do. Oh, yeah.
We got to show it. Well, you know what I mean. We got to show it to our audience is what I meant.
Look at this fight back down the inside now.
Daly.
Look at Coleman. You got Parker in the 81. Doyle Woods in the 28.
And while that goes on, Edson and Daly going at it again as they work through the tri-oval. Are you kidding me? Shuffling, bumping out of line. Woods on the bottom. 5 to go.
Oh, we're going to see. This is going to be a wild finish. I'm telling you, 5 to go. And look at how crazy it's getting right now. Oh, a little bit of contact between Edson and the 31 car of who?
Arnold, the 31, the Martinsville winner. The Martinsville winner, Arnold.
They just erupted a little bit. I tell you, it got Edson's attention, I'm sure.
Inside, outside. Look at him throw the block. Woods and Coleman. Coleman doesn't know which way to go. 3 wide for the lead as they work off the corner.
I see a pack of about 15 cars that can win this race. Any one of these guys, Wesley, can win this race right now.
Yes, sir. 15 in that pack. Pick yourselves out a winner. Even the man in the last position right there in 15th has got a shot to power to the front and still plenty of time to do it. DeBrown now back to the lead. Edson up on the outside. He'll follow him. Daly is there. Chatina's there. Glazier's there. Bristol Dirt winner. Working off the corner. There is also Ryan. There's Howard. Martinsville winner, John, and they're all staying up on the top shelf now. Edson showed the outside is the way to go, and they will follow with DeBrown at speed to 3.
But wait, down on the inside, you got Doy Woods jumping down in front of EJ O'Rourke. He saw them coming, so he thought he was going to jump down there and use them to push him. I'm not sure Woods is up to full song. I'm going to be honest with you. It looks like to me like every time he gets out in front of the crowd, he just loses all kind of drive. So I'm wondering if maybe he's not a little down on power.
Where do you go?
But to back now. But what that did was that really slowed down EJ and those guys down the inside line. They were making up great time on that high line, but they've lost all kinds of momentum. And like you said, they've got 3 laps to go. Momentum is the word that I was looking for there, by the way.
Momentum is a funny thing, and it's shifting now to the cars up on the outside lane as honestly the 28 of Woods has held up the inside lane. You got everybody now up on the top side as they bounce off the Alabama super straightaway to 3. They still rim ride off the safer wall barrier. Now one car trying to make something happen on the bottom, but he slips sliding away behind the pack. They come to the tri-oval. Someone jumps out of line. Arnold will do that. They come to 2 to go. And now, DeBrown out in front. He comes to the line, back to turn 1, and everyone still stays outside.
High side, DeBrown, Edson, Haley up there, your top 3. Basically a single file line back down to about Glazier there. Then down the inside, you got Coleman with O'Rourke on his back bumper. They're trying to make it work on the bottom side. They're making ground up down there, Wesley.
DeBrown has not won a race The season started with Ryan Howard winning Daytona and Nelson Rivera in the duels. Then it was Brian Macklin in the big race in race 1 of the year. Chad Coleman, Byron Daly, Falkingham 2 in a row at Atlanta and Richmond. Eric Arnold, Martinsville, Bentley Glazier at Bristol. Coming through the tri-oval. Who will it be now? Here comes Coleman. He's got a push on the bottom from O'Rourke. White flag in the air. This time by, all bets are off. The CRN1 to go. Final time. DeBrown leads him on the outside in turn 1.
DeBrown leads him on the outside, turn 1, going through the high side here. Edson right on his bumper. You see him pushing him through the turn. It's not what you want to feel, but right now, you're the leader. Last lap, you don't care what he's doing as long as he doesn't take you out. Daly down the inside now. Trying to make a move. I think that he's going to lose his dancing partners right here.
Back straight away, final time into turn number 3. DeBrown, here comes Edson. They're making a bump. Here comes Edson pushing out the line. He'll throw the block. DeBrown comes to throw the block on him. He makes contact. They spin. Edson spins. Daly spins. Edina spins. Arnold spins. Glazier spins. Who the heck is in the lead? They're wrecking all over the place. Chad Coleman. Chad Coleman's going to win this race. And the hits just keep on coming. Wow.
I need a minute. I
need to catch my breath too. Coleman wins.
I need a minute. Give me a minute. Oh. All right. Woo. Wesley, you awake?
What a race.
There he is. Man, that was freaking nuts. That was nuts, I say. Oh, my
Chad
goodness.
Coleman, the all-time starter of this series, has now become the first back-to-back winner, joining also Daniel Falkingham. He becomes now a 2-time driver, joining Daniel Falkingham. Not back-to-back, but he won at Auto Club back on March the 7th. Now he wins tonight at Talladega. This will also be, John, his 932nd career start and his 51st win, to go with 385 top 5s, 626 top 10 finishes for the driver out of Blackshear, Georgia.
And Wesley, I've got a final tally for you on number of lead changes, and I'm not sure. I have to double check, but I think it's a SIM500 record. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
42 lead changes. 42. I mean, that's just insane, man. 42 lead changes. Woo!
I am seriously cannot believe what we just saw. Man, oh man. The last 3 races of the SIM500 Cup Series have absolutely not disappointed. Let's give you your full field rundown. Unofficially as it stands, Chad Coleman is the winner. Josh Parker in second. Bobby Wetzel is third. Byron Daly, fourth. David Comstock, remember the pit road penalty? Overshot pit road on his pit stop. He comes back to finish fifth. John Fowler, sixth, up 35 spots. Doy Wood, seventh. Doug Roth, eighth. Bentley Glazier, ninth. Kevin DeBrown, he might have been up in the front. He settles for a top 10 wreck car at Talladega when it's over.
Top 10 wreck car, but still he was top 10, and that is a fantastic way to finish out your night. And my standings have just shut down. Oh, there they are. Mike Kelly, 11th. Trey Edson, 12th. Tommy Ryan comes home 13th. Ryan Howard, wow, 14th. John Adams, 15th. E.J. O'Rourke, after battling the lead most of the day, that crazy finish we just saw, comes home 16th. Richard Beasley, 17th. Tommy O'Leary, 18th. Joey Jatina, at one point, was second. Coming out of third and fourth was second. After that melee, finishes 19th. And your top 20 finisher, Eric Arnold, in the 31 car.
Mike Montesi, 21st. Tyler Dalton, pole car, 22nd. Elliot Henderson, first car, lap down in 23rd. Glenn Campbell is 24th. Nelson Rivera finished 25th. Randy Oakham, 26th. Paul Crumry, 27th. Jimmy Coleman is 28th. Jeff Ryan and Ron Holyfield, the 30th position.
And in 31st, we've got the magnificent Flaming Man, Gerald Livingston. I'm referring to his paint job, by the way. Jose Medina, 32nd. And I don't think the rest of these guys even finished the race. Macklin in 33rd. Randall Watkins, 34th. Shannon Wood, 35th. 36th was Daniel Falkingham. That's a surprise. Our points leader coming tonight. 36th place, Charles Woods, 37th. Tyler Hunter, 38th. Christopher Williams, 39th. 40th was Jose Gonzalez, 41st. Doug Sigmund, 42nd. Justin Mons and Harry and Stenzel round out your field.
And Scott Simley unable to start the race. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we talk to Coleman, Parker, Wetzel. What a wild race. This is Talladega. It doesn't disappoint. Another exciting finish for the NC81 Call Before You Dig Cup Series, SIM500, iRacing on LSRTV. We're back for the post-race show next. All right, guys, we're going to make this quick because we do have to prepare for another broadcast, but welcome back to coverage of the SIM500 NC811 Cup Series. Man, what a show. John, I know we missed Bristol last week, but to be able to come back tonight to try Talladega and to call the race, not just the finish, the race was amazing. We'll give our final takes on things here in a minute, but right now, let's talk to the drivers on the podium. First off, third place, the driver of Bobby Wetzel. Bobby, how does it feel to be in the catbird seat, to be amongst all the crazy chaos, amongst leading so many times in the corners at the tri-oval start-finish, and to finish on the podium? Your take of this wild last lap, but the overall race in general.
Well, real happy about the finish. Not really thrilled about this kind of racing. It's really a luck of the draw with the side draft and all that fun stuff, and the middle line sometimes just dies. It's just not fun, but really happy with the third place finish. Can't say enough. Just glad to bring the SIM500 number 9 back at home in a third place finish.
Bobby, man, you and we don't agree about many things sometimes, but I wholeheartedly agree with you. To me, plate racing on iRacing, it's not fun for me. It's a nerve-wracking experience. But, buddy, you were out there tonight making it look great. I mean, at one point in this race, pretty much a lot of points in this race, you were racing for the lead. At what point did you realize that you were actually going to survive this stuff and bring it home in such a great finish?
About the checkered flag.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, Bobby, we'll let you go, man. Thank your sponsors. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks to Sim500, all the admin team, and everyone at the North Coast Veterans Museum. Have a good night, everyone.
And here's some of the sentiments there with Bobby Wetzel there. Definitely a little frustrated there, but he definitely did put on his show. Runner-up of the race, fast qualifier at Daytona. Second place here tonight, Pepsi car, number 81, Josh Parker. Your take of the race and being on the podium.
Race sucked, but it's good to be on the podium. I agree with Bobby. This racing was absolutely horrible. But yeah, it was. Other than that, it was interesting. It was just it was tough to kind of make a decision on where you had to go. So at the end, I was just hoping what happened. I was just hanging around in 10th, and yeah, it is basically a guessing game with this package.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, again, I agree with you, man. I'm just to me, there's just too much issues with internet connections and stuff like that to really race a plate track the way like you see it on TV, which is what it seems like everybody tries to do. But tonight, great run for you, man. Second place. I was listening in on the chat during the race a little bit further. You really didn't seem to have a consistent dance partner tonight. Did that affect you at all?
I think I'm hated in this league, so yeah, it always affects me because I keep losing the draft. But yeah, the racing here at this track sucks. So not the league, the track. It just sucks. It was brutal, but we ended up getting lucky. It was just back in the day. You used to be able to like kind of time your runs and push. And like you said, you need really good stable connection because it's all about momentum. So if you lose momentum, you really have no chance. So it's kind of a bummer. But everyone here did a great job, with what we had to race with. So it was fun.
All right, so another Debbie Downer there on the SIM500 League, and it's on to Dover next week, Bud. But before we do let you go, man, you thank your sponsors. I know that there's got to be, it sounds like frustration on Wetzel and your part, Parker, but entertaining. I mean, if there was somebody watching it, I think they enjoyed watching the finish of it.
Yeah, no, the race, like I said, with the people we have here, and what we had, the race was fun, and I think it was pretty exciting. But the package that the sim gave us to run is what's awful. Not the racing itself; it's just what we have to race.
Sponsors.
Pepsi.
Pepsi, I love Pepsi too. There you go. Josh Parker, he'll be the runner-up. Chad Coleman. Here's some stats. Winner here tonight. He is the all-time leader of the series. 932nd start tonight. Of course, he'll pick up his 51st career win. His average finish wins percentage is 5 and 10th position. This will be 385 top 5, 626 top 10, and another win going along with Auto Club this year with Daniel Falkenham as only repeat winner. Congratulations to you, Chad. What is your take of this Talladega?
I mean, it's fun to me because, I mean, you've got to calculate every move you made because, like they were talking about, it was fun and it was really exciting for us, but the package that we've got right now, and it's not the full package, it's just the side draft. The side draft is so overpowered. So you could get a run and go up the middle and you'd just die. Like me and Josh did down the back straightaway. We had a big run. They got on our right rear a little bit and they were gone. There was nothing we could do. They crashed. I lucked out. It was, like I said before we come on, it's the craziest race, I think, finish of a race of anything I've ever won. So that point, it was great. Yeah, the package needs some tweaking. The side draft is so overpowered. You get rid of some of that, man, this thing would be crazy. But you had to time everything. Your runs were big. You couldn't wait. You couldn't sit there and push somebody. You had to take the run and go with it. And I mean, that's where that came from. But yeah, package needs some work. But that was entertaining for sure. I know y'all probably had a ball with that.
I'm still trying to catch my breath, man. What are you talking about? Hey, Chad is
speechless.
I've called a bunch of these SIM500 races, man. I've known you for a few years. It just seems like you always have that golden horseshoe right there on your dashboard when you need it the most, man. Talk to me about that last lap. What was going through your head when you came across, took the white flag all the way around the track?
Taking the white flag, I thought I was in pretty good shape. And then going down the back straightaway, like me and Josh went to the bottom to try to get away from the side draft. So it opened up the middle, and then when the cars got in the middle, it stalled us out. Like they weren't even that close to us, and it stopped us. I mean, that's what they're referring to as the package sucking. Is just that. But going into turn 4, I was just sitting there, and I figured, well, we're going to run 10th, 12th, somewhere in there. And I seen the leaders get together, and then I was just looking for an exit strategy, and we kept it to the floor and went to the bottom and passed everybody. And I looked up, and I was like, I'll be darned. We done got us a Chastain gift.
If you had to go back and do the white flag again, would you race the exact same way that finish came out to be?
I mean, honestly, exactly, because there's nothing you can really change in that situation. You got to go with what you were dealt, and I mean that's basically the cards we were dealt coming off of turn 2.
All right, brother. Well, congratulations to you, man. Before you go, thank your sponsors, man. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank Michael Sharp Racing, and Tap Out Tuning.
Sorry.
So Chad Coleman from Blackshear, Georgia, the all-time winner, starter of the series, now picks up career win number 51. John, we got to wrap it up here, man. But your take of Talladega. This race was excited. I'm hearing the frustration of guys like Parker and Wetzel, and believe me, I get it. It sounds just like what you hear from many drivers on the Cup level, the Xfinity levels, to even Busch and Harvick complaining about the dirt last couple of weeks ago. But what it is what it is. You have to deal with the hand that's dealt to you. And when it's all said and done, this event, I think, did not disappoint the audience that was watching. And they'll get a chance to stop, reset, regroup. We go to Dover next week.
Yep, looking forward to the Monster Mile at Dover tonight. It was a very entertaining race to watch, but I feel their frustration as far as being down on track. Been there, done that myself this past week. So let's move onward and forward to Dover. You guys go have a great race tonight at the Northwest Series. I might even tune in to watch that because I'm wide awake.
And remember, John, they're not upset with the race. They're upset with the package of the car.
And I totally agree with them. I do. And like I said, it's plate track racing is not fun in sim racing. You know, it's just it's the pack. It's hard to explain, but yeah, you're right. But listen, you guys go have a great show tonight. Wesley, it was a blast being in the booth with you tonight. Cody, job well done down there. And I'm going to bounce. Y'all have a great night, man.
Talladega did not disappoint. As always, follow the series of the SIM500 League at sim500.com. Thanks again to NC811 Call Before You Dig. For the birthday boy, Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, Live Sim Racing TV. For John Muschett, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations to the all-time starter and winner of the series. Of course, Mr. Chad Coleman wins a wild one.